Hello everyone, welcome. We're back today with some Guild Wars 1. Alright, let's do it. I'm just gonna do some stuff here. Okay. Just waiting for more people to get here, I guess. Alright, let's do that. Let's pull that up. Turn off the sound. We're gonna continue with the dungeons. We still have a lot of them to go through, which is really good. It's fun. Alright, it's really fun. So let's continue. Let me just double check. Alright, anyways. So today we're gonna continue. So we opened up this other dungeon last time. That was like the end. So luckily we got all the maps and stuff like that, but we're not there yet. We're actually gonna go back here. So we did these two last time, the Darkheim Dells and then the Frostmoss Burrows. Those were the two dungeons we did, but we're not done yet. We actually have two more dungeons, I want to say, around here. So we actually have one up here and we have Raven's Point. So we're gonna tackle those today. I don't know how long they take, how far we need to take them or whatever. See, we're gonna jump right in. So the first one is gonna be here in Drakkar Lake. It's like right inside of this big mountain that we see over here. It's this massive mountain. The furthest north that we can go on this side, right inside of there. Do I need anything? I don't think I need anything. I think we're doing good. I'm gonna keep the weapon or the setup the way that it is. So I wanted to do more Guild Wars today because, I don't know, I'm just feeling like I want to get into the swing of doing Guild Wars a lot more, you know, so I figured why not. Look, it's Budger Black Powder.
Excuse me?
For 100 gold, you can hire him to come with you. Not sure if that does anything. I don't know if there's a place where you do need to, where you need his powder kegs. Because that's what he does. He has like powder kegs available, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what he does.
Who sent you?
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. Alright. We're moving in. If you guys remember, this was the area where the Wolf Shrine was. The Wolf Shrine is like on the other side of that wall. You can see it on the map down there. But we're actually going to go this way. I want to say, right? Yeah. Ouch. Ouchies. Oh my god, stop it. Yeah, they're still so tanky still. It's crazy. Hello. And we're hopefully gonna find some more treasure today. It's really cool seeing those dungeons, and I'm sad. I feel like there's a world somewhere out there where ArenaNet really focused on on dungeons or whatever, and improving the dungeon experience, and that was like the 5-man end game for Guild Wars 2. You know, I kind of would love to see that. I'm gonna try also as well tomorrow. So if we do get news tomorrow, if we do get something, I have a feeling we're gonna get a teaser of some sort tomorrow. If we get anything tomorrow, I'm gonna try to first of all, I'm gonna try to work on the video still, the history of the Titans video. It's gonna be important to kind of get that done. So I'm probably gonna pull an all-nighter and try to get that out. But the other thing is that I wanted to really try the music thing for you guys. So tomorrow before I stream, I'm probably gonna try to like figure out if I can add some music and kind of demonstrate that tomorrow for the stream, because I think it's a really cool feature. All right, so here we are. I don't know if I've ever talked to Sonia. No, I don't think we've ever been up here. So this is, like I said, right at the edge of this giant mountain. You can see how massive this mountain is right here. The farthest north that we were ever able to go.
Who sent you?
In this particular, I mean, this is the farthest north, really. You know, and it's like, I mean, there is that little area where you can look out into the mountains and there's like nothing or whatever. But this is like the furthest into the big mountains right here that we can move into. Anyways, so we have Outrunner Remlock over here. You've got the look of one who understands dwarfs. Yes, I think you'd be more suitable. Listen to my tale. After many years of searching, I have tracked down an artifact of great importance to the dwarven people, the Anvil of Dragramar. Some say the great dwarf himself stood at this anvil forging great and powerful weapons, much as he forged our people. Alas, time clouds the stories and the anvil's resting place was lost, but we know it lies in wait for the time when our people will need it once again. We believe the time is nigh, and my research has led me here. I tried to explore the depths of the sepulchre, but the traps befuddled me. At heart, I'm a fighter, not a thinker. I need someone with the wit to navigate the traps and the strength to brave the terrors below, to escort me to the anvil. If you've a will to help, the dwarven people would be eternally indebted to you. So this is the Sepulchre of Dragramar that we're going into. That is the dungeon. And yeah, so this mysterious anvil is at the bottom of the sepulchre, so we have to make our way there, which is cool, I guess. Pathfinder Mia, let's talk to her. Let's see what fun things she collects. What is she, Evan Vanguard?
Are you still here?
Captain Langmar sent several of us to gather rare supplies. So that is something we actually did hear. This is actually the truth. Many collectors will have that dialogue, so it's actually interesting that we get that. Proof of strength. Okay, so Gate of Strength. Okay, this is our regular. I'm gonna see if there's anything in here directly. Nothing in here. Okay, so he comes actually with us, I believe. He does fight. Outrunner Remlock is here. So we do have one more ally in the group. You guys will see he's a level 24 warrior. All right, so I think from what I remember, I have done this dungeon before. I do remember this dungeon. And there's, as you guys can see, there's the proof of strength. And I think if I touch that, any gate of strength on this level will open. So in order to open the gate, you don't have to find like one switch for every door, but it's like they have corresponding things, right? So if I hit this, it'll open both of the gates. Okay. So we now have the all the gates of strength are open. And this is how we're gonna move through this area. I'm pretty sure that's how. Okay, there is right next to the area map. So that's how we're gonna do it. I think they just this one. You might be like, "Wow, that was really easy." I think that was just a demonstration of what we're supposed to do. Like they're kind of telling you, "Hey, this is how this works. So go do that." Does our quest fail if he dies? I don't think it does. But all our pets are dead, which is kind of unfortunate. they keep reviving each other, and I'm not super okay with that. I don't know which one is the one that does it, though. Oops, I didn't mean to use that. Okay, so what do we have here? Corpse of unsuccessful novice, collector. The corpse of jovial Pete lies before you. His stiff fingers clutch a worn note that reads, "Hail, traveler. I'd get up and shake your hand, but I'm dead tired. Oh, kill me. Actually, they killed me." Which brings me to my next point. I want them dead. That's right. Destroyed, dismembered, decomposing, and discombobulated. Dead. Kill those blasted driders that did this to me. Bring me 5 drider webs and you can have 1 item for my stash. I might be dead, but I swear I'll haunt you if you try to make off with more than what's owed. You measly indecipherable. Alright, so we have a really weird, it sounds more like an Asuran collector, in my opinion. The way that that guy speaks, it's weird, but, that's okay. Alright. Let's go over here. Let's get the area map and let's get a, okay, we got a Dwarven Ghost as our friend. That's always nice. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Alright, so we have Gate of Kinship. Proof of Duty. I think they're just, oh, okay. So we're gonna have to move past these doors. And then we have to go to the Proof of Kinship to open that. And then we need to get on one of these. We're gonna be running around a lot. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of running around, I think. Hi, of course I come to stream when you're fighting spider-like enemies and need webs for an item. Yeah, that was just for you. We did all of that just for you. But yeah, I guess driders are like, what are driders? Are they just like spider demons or something? Because they have like weird hands coming out of the top of their heads. Like, are they like a known, like, you know, there's like known creatures, like so many creatures are like known throughout the world, right? Like you have oozes or slimes or whatever, right? You have skeletons, you have like, you know, regular MMO creatures, regular like fantasy, RPG, whatever, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever creatures, right? It's like, are driders part of that? You know, are driders like, you know, are they like in the same like for elves and drow? Really? I feel like I've never heard driders before Guild Wars. Alright, here's not that many driders. There's no driders actually, but there's a regent of ice over there. We're gonna have to be careful with that. Alright, I want to go for the stalagmite first, please. It's an experiment towards absolute perfection to the god lol. Interesting. Oh my god, everything costs more. Attack that guy, please. My assassin will do the job. They're all useless. Alright, we got 20 armor though, so that's nice. Take that. Oh my god, traps everywhere. Enemies in every corner. This is so bad. Okay, who's attacking us? That guy is. All of these guys are. So let's fight them first. Definitely originated from D&D. I figured. I mean, most of the monsters, like nothing against ArenaNet, but I think a lot of games do that, right? Where they like take creatures from other games and stuff or whatever, you know. And I think many of the MMO creatures, you know, I think originate from like D&D. You know, D&D being kind of the origin of MMOs in a way. Anyways, you know. We got snowballs coming everywhere. flying everywhere. Ice dart? Not really an ice dart. They're throwing snowballs at us. Luckily, they're only doing 15 damage with those, so that's not like devastating to us. Since we have area-wide healing anyways, group-wide healing, it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. All right. I'm gonna go. I don't even know where. Oh, I want to collect that. Can't throw a stick in real life without RPGs paying homage or tribute to the D&D Lord of the Rings. HP Lovecraft and HR Giger as well. Yes, that's true. That's usually. I mean, those are like, you know, who. So, speaking of, because you know we have Tolkien, Lovecraft, Giger. Like, who is the original mind behind D&D? If we're talking about like authors and stuff, like I don't know this kind of stuff, but is there like one person that we can attribute like D&D to that came up with the original like, you know, 1.0 of D&D or whatever? Is it like one person, or is it like a company, or like, 'cause I don't know. I've never played D&D. I've never played it. I've never had friends that were interested. And the few friends that were interested in it always wanted me to be the leader of it and like be the DM and stuff. And I have no interest of being the DM at all. Like I maybe at some point in time, but I don't want my first campaign to be I'm the DM. So it's just like, okay, like it never happens. The 4 pillars of role playing and gaming. Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson, originators, really interesting. I mean, there's, you know, they have contributed, like, you know, that D&D has contributed so much to any modern RPG now, right? Like, and that's what's so cool about that. It's like you can attribute so much to those people. Ooh, we have a treasure over there next to the beacon. Maybe we'll get another friend. Because level 1, like, level 1 isn't that important to really get any treasure. Ooh, I retained my lockpick, you guys. And I got a shield that requires strength. Health and then strength +1. That's not bad. I guess we're going this way. Trying to get to that beacon on the other side there. Oh god, I walked straight. I did not realize that that was a trap for a second. I was like paying attention to the enemies rather than anything else going on around me. Oh, we leveled up. Did we really level up? I think we leveled up our titles. We're now a bold delver, you guys. So we now have 80 points of damage that we can do in an area. So that's actually really good. That's a pretty decent AoE. Oh, my Dwarven Ghost is dead. Oh, it's always so sad to be dead. Alright, maybe we'll get another one to replace it. Gygax specifically can be the one you can look to for dragons sporting treasure, gold, and just having phylacteries. How do you pronounce that? I know the word, but I don't know if it's mimic. Interesting. Yeah, mimics. I mean, it's so interesting because I'm playing through Dark Souls right now, Dark Souls 3, and like mimics are a big part of that game. You know, you have those treasure chests that like come to life and want to eat you and stuff. It was really interesting because I actually had like I went into the, if anyone has ever played like Dark Souls 3 or whatever, I just went into the catacombs today, and I got to the fire demon that's down in the catacombs, and you know, right across from him is actually a mimic chest. So what are we doing? Why are we not reviving? Oh, because it's frozen soil. We can't revive any frozen soil around. Okay, there we And yeah, it was funny because the demon attacked the chest, and so like the chest tried to attack the demon, but the fire demon was doing like way too much damage, so the chest died. So I got the stuff without having to deal with the mimic at all, which was like crazy. Oh, I retained my thing again, and I got another gloom shield that has less requirements. Armor versus fire damage while enchanted. Wow, okay. I mean, not that I'm gonna keep those, but it's money, you know. Can you guys revive your creatures, please? Is it yours or is it whose? Is it Gwen's? Yeah. Everyone has revived theirs. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. I need to get rid of these stalagmites. Phylacteries? I was gonna say it looked like there was a letter missing. Phylactry? 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 Phylactries? I don't know. Phylactries. Phylactry? Whatever. Anywho. But yeah, it was really funny. So the fire demon killed the mimic, which was like crazy. And then the fire demon came after me, and I was like in the doorway, and there's nothing like past the doorway. You have to go up the ladder of where the broken bridge is or whatever. So you can kind of hide behind there, and I was kind of like trying to like poke at him every so often because he's like just so strong, and I barely was doing any damage to him. And then the game glitched out. I wish I would have recorded it because it was so funny. I literally was like, what just happened? Because all of a sudden, so the demon was like in the door, and he's like, he attacks, and all of a sudden he glitches through the door, but he doesn't fit in the room. So he gets like teleported up into like above where the room was. So it's now above me inside of the like the map. And I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? And he's like running around. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm getting out of the cave. So he's like sticking his head out of the wall because he's behind the wall. And I'm like, oh my god, what do I do now? And there was a treasure over here. I don't know why I didn't grab that. Yeah, and so all of a sudden, so I'm staying there because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And all of a sudden he like flies around, like I see him everywhere, and then he's gone. And I hear how like the death sound, and he's like like, you know, when they die, he does like a really low, like weird growl sound. And I'm like, oh my god, did I just kill him? And yeah, lo and behold, I freaking killed him. And I got to like 6,000 or 10,000 or whatever the souls were, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even touch him. It was really funny. And for a very new pet for rangers and get those gorilla or ape of some kind would be interesting. They do exist on Tyria. We got those undead risen ones in ore. Had a glitch happen to me 2 days ago on Dead Island. I guess glitches are going around. Enemy basically was low health, and then it just went and sucked down into the game's abyss. Oh my god, that's really funny. I love it. Yeah, it was weird. I'm not one to ever encounter like really a lot of glitches in my games. Like when people are like, oh my god, this game is so glitchy, like I'm like, okay, and I play the games and I barely like I encounter stuff, but it's not like, oh my god, like game breaking bugs and stuff. I've never really encountered that, so I'm just like, oh, okay. Like I'm never that lucky. But yeah, that was the first one where I was like, wow, okay, never realized that would happen. Yeah, so gorilla or ape is actually interesting. So I was thinking about this, right? Like we you know, we were just talking about like how the side over here, you know, like way past, you know, there's that big continent, and I talked about the magical jungle and stuff like that. So remember how they took many parts of Guild Wars Utopia and integrated that into like Guild Wars 2 and like Guild Wars Eye of the North and stuff like that. But there's many things that they left out. So I like the idea of if we go across the ocean there And if you guys haven't, like, really look up a Guild Wars Utopia, like the art of it, because it's so cool. And that's why I wanted to show you guys. I moved it over there now, but I really wanted to show you guys this book at some point. I'm planning on doing that, where I go through the art that they have, the art book that they have. There's some really cool stuff about Utopia in there. It's really, really cool. So I was thinking, you know, because that was supposed to be like Mesoamerica, right? It was supposed to be like Aztec and like, you know, like that kind of influence, right? So I was thinking, what if we get like this tropical jungle right over there, but we get like other things, like we can have gorillas in there, and we can have like leopards and like these other creatures, right? Like tigers and snakes and stuff like that. Well, like we did get that in the Maguma jungle, some of that, but like actually make a true jungle, you know, where like, you know, the vine's mastery that we had at some point, like maybe have that come back and really give you the feeling of like slinging through like a jungle and stuff. Give us like a really proper swamp, with like crocodiles and stuff like that. Like really give us this like, you know, weird, like maybe, you know, maybe a mix of African and Mesoamerican, like, you know, like environment and nature and stuff like that. Give us all these exotic animals, like, you know, maybe like I said, if you combine it with like Africa, if you do something like, you know, you can do like gorilla and elephants and giraffes and stuff, like you get all these like exotic animals that we haven't seen yet, right? And like I said, one thought that I had is like, if every creature has a corresponding spirit of the wild, right, then we could encounter those other spirits, right? Like I would love to see, and I've talked about this many times, I would love to see like Norn that are more like, you know, they're not like mountain dwellers, they're not in the mountains, but they hang out in you know, in this like more tropical region, and they worship like the spirit of snake and the spirit of tiger and the spirit of the ape, or, you know, the spirit of gorilla or whatever, right? Like, you know, and they like worship these other spirits that are not, because these other spirits, like, because our main spirits that we have, they're all like mountain dwelling creatures, right? For the most part, like you could find these in the mountains, you know. But if we go to something that's more tropical, you would find other spirits, you know, and it would be really cool to have Norn that still kind of revere the spirits of the wild, but in a different way, in different spirits. Like that would be really, really cool. I would really love that so much, you know. If you want to encounter glitches, Oblivion, and yeah, and that's the thing, like that's one of the things why I don't like Oblivion or Skyrim, because they're just so riddled with glitches, and you have these like funky interactions and these weird things that happen, and it's one of the things that kind of turns me off from playing those games. Utopia had every time traveler lovers wet dream for visuals, for sure. Aztec, Mayan, yeah, it was that kind of stuff, right? Like, many people don't realize Egypt wasn't all desert back when it was in its prime. It was more jungle and watery. Yeah, and I just, you know, I love the idea of that, you know, like give us more of that feel, right? It would be really cool to kind of go and, I don't know, just I think that would be a cool, like a really cool setup for an area. It would feel very unique. It would feel different. Like we'd learn about different cultures, you know, and they could have it like where we meet the other Mersat, right? And the Mersat aren't like worshipped as these gods by these other Norn, but they're just like, you know, maybe they're like the medicine men, right? Like how in those same cultures they had like these medicine men, right? Like when we're thinking about those indigenous people from like way back when or whatever, you know. And they could have like, oh, the Mersat, you know, wanting to maybe make up for all the bad that they have caused, now wanted to, you know, help these other Norn or this other culture that they met when they moved out there, and decided to just become healers and just be the medicine people of that culture, you know. And so you have like a really intriguing like story, because you can have these Mersat that can tell you about the past of the Mersat, but they're like not evil and they're not really involved. They don't want to fight anymore, you know, so they're not going to be like a Deus Ex Machina where they're going to help you out. and just destroy everything. But they're like, no, we're putting down fighting. We're only gonna be healing. We're only gonna be helping, and that's all we do now. We have sworn off the fighting because it's just been, you know, just a horrible, like, you know, our lives on tier have been horrible ever since we left Nios and stuff, and we don't want to do that, you know. They can be fun. I mean, the glitches can be fun, but when you're trying to, like, where is Livia? Did I leave Livia? I just realized that Livia is dead. So somewhere along the way we left Livia. And I got like busy talking. So Livia, oh my god. And isn't she my healer? She is. Where is she? Oh my god. Hello? I can't believe she hasn't been with me the whole time. Where did she die? There she is. Oh my god, are you serious? All the way back here? When did that even happen? One of you guys revive her, please. Yeah. I'm gonna go this way. In fact, there's a group of people that want to mod the remaster, put some back in, because Oblivion Remaster using kind of removed 98% of them. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of takes me out of the action. You know, when I'm trying to sit there and I'm trying to like immerse myself in this world, and having glitches happen to me constantly, it just really kind of bothers me. Like, it kind of takes me out. I talked about that the other day. So it's one of the reasons why I'm like, you know, it's probably one of the reasons why I would love the remaster, you know, if that took out many of the glitches and stuff. I would love that. Look at them hanging out in a circle over here. What's that shot? Okay, there's a, next to the beacon there is a... No, don't kill my dwarven ghosts. Stop it. Alright, we don't even need to fight those guys. Level 1 doesn't have a lot of treasure anyway, so I should just kind of skip the treasure in level 1, because it's not going to be that much. Alright. But this is the proof of kinship. So we have finished that. We get a morale boost for that. So these gates are going to be open, so we're going to venture back. Yeah, level 1 doesn't really have that much in terms of like money and treasure and stuff, so I think I'm just gonna kind of move on with my life here. I'm gonna go this way. How massive that bird is, I really wish Guild Wars 2 did that. Oh, the MOA bird. The MOA bird gets, they all get big. They all get huge. Like, when you look at all the birds, like, look at the MOA bird. The MOA bird is, like, massive, right? Especially the eagles. The eagles get really huge. I do think that ArenaNet really missed something with... I know that it's annoying to level up your... pets separately from yourself, but it was something that I really appreciate in Guild Wars 1. I really appreciate that they have their own levels, that they have their own way of growing, and ArenaNet could have taken that to like another level, where like, you know, where you have to like maybe feed your pet specific food in order for it to grow in a specific way and get specific like stats or something like that, or maybe get a different skill as it grows. Like, you know, you feed it like this yellow grass or whatever, and it gets like a lightning ability or something like that, and that can kind of like help you with like, you know, your build that you have or whatever, you know. It would be really cool to have that kind of like customization on your pets and actually have them grow as they get to higher level, you know, actually have them grow from being juvenile that you get those and to being even more, you know. It would be really, I don't know, I feel like there's definitely a super missed opportunity there from ArenaNet to do that stuff. Yeah, look at that money. Wow, look at that. Look at that money. Money, money, money. Okay, treasure. No treasure. we have 2 dwarven ghost friends, so that's kind of nice. Okay, we have proof of duty here. We can grab that real quick. All right, that'll make me go. Oh god, oh god, oh god! I didn't realize that those were different traps. Okay, guys, come on. That's how Olivia died. She kind of got stuck in the trap there. All right. Hi, Emily. I'm doing well. How are you? Livia being dead, no worries. She's used to it, or being undead, living for a long time. Yeah, she's probably sick and tired of life. She's like, you know what? I'm finally glad to not have to do this anymore. If you play Oblivion for the channel, definitely play the remaster, or for yourself, of course. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. I have so many other games right now that I want to focus on playing, and like Oblivion wasn't really something that I was like yearning to do. Wait, it looks like there's like a way to get in. Like, it looks like you can walk through one. How's the playthrough? The playthrough is fun. We just started. We're doing another dungeon. We're on to dungeon God knows what. Dungeon 7. We're at dungeon 7 out of 17 that we had to do. We already did the heart there. The heart of the Shiver Peaks. So we're coming along here. Oh, where did these guys come from? Did they spawn after I opened the gate, after you used the proof? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Because they were not here before, and that is a boss right there. A Regent of Ice. Can't see his aura because the light... Oh my god, Outrunner Remlock is dead. Whatever. He'll recover anyways. He's a free body. The tech exists. Guild Wars uses the same engine for Guild Wars 1. I wonder why they didn't bring that over. I mean, I feel like they could have even implemented it now. Like, I feel like that's not such a difficult system to implement. And just kind of elaborate on that a little bit. Because it just feels like over so many years now, the pets have been kind of neglected, you know. And they do update the skills and the numbers for them a little bit. But I feel like as a main mechanic, like, when you look at, like, the shatters and the shrouds and the adrenaline and the, you know, all these other, like, the tool belt and stuff like that, like, I feel like all of those systems have kind of gotten like updates, but I feel like the pets really didn't get much in terms of updates, and I kind of think there's a lot of potential that they're missing with the pets. I think they could be really exciting because there's such a major part of what makes the Ranger the Ranger, and I feel like it should be there should be more emphasis put on that. It just feels very, like, okay, they're here and it's just a thing and we don't really care, you know. Alright, I could have come down here earlier, but I didn't want to do that. Now we have another Regent of Ice. Lovely. Everyone, attack! Look, we're crowding these enemies with like just 100,000 people. All right, I had to lose that. You know what? I retained that that lockpick for a long time. Like, I'm not even mad. Okay, get those items. What are they doing? Get him! Running away. Get him. Nice. All right, we killed that guy. Oh, I shouldn't have used that early. That's okay. Alright. Dead. There's more treasure around here somewhere, wasn't there? I just don't remember where. Oh my god, they're everywhere! Ranger pet more customizable in Guild Wars 3. Yeah, hopefully. Die channels for it, like how the mounts work. Feed them different stuff to build, craft them to fit your build. Most recent white scope changes was a surprise for sure, and then the Ranger trait change for specific pets. But yeah, I'd like more. I think so too. You know, I think especially since fashion, you know, and ArenaNet themselves have acknowledged on many occasions that Fashion Wars is the ultimate end game. So it'd be really nice to be able to do Fashion Wars with things like your mech from the like any of the things that you can summon. You know, any of your summonables, like doing some different things there, you know? Like there could be more categories in the like novelty section or something, where you have like different pet skins and different different whatever mech skins and different minion skins for your, you know, like I don't know. I think there's precedence for that for sure. Okay, so I got one. I don't remember where the other one was. Was it right? Was it right here? Where was it? Wasn't there another one here? I guess not. I thought it was right here somewhere, but I don't see it. I thought there was like 2 in this room. Was that the other one that I... Maybe I'm mistaken. Anywho, let's go down here. I know there were some down here. There's one. There's 2. 1, 2. Oh my god, everyone is in front of it. Get out of the blast, Livia. Jesus. I don't know what the AI there is doing. Doing something. Where is he going? You guys see that? Weird. Necromancer's having skeleton-like dudes instead of the weird fleshy undead. Yeah, or changing the flesh golem to look like the Guild Wars 1 flesh golem, because the Guild Wars 1 flesh golem was way cooler. Yeah, among many other things, I feel like there's definitely space for many other things that they could have for customizables for the minions. Like I'm still saying, like I've said so many times that I'm still behind that. Like I really think that the Bone Skinner would make a fantastic pet for the like, whether or not they use it for an elite specialization, which I was gonna use that for an elite specialization, but whether or not they do that is, you know, whatever. The Bone Skinner is a fantastic skin that I feel like is kind of wasted, not being used anymore. Yeah, but it's weird because there's plenty of even Japanese games that come out that have skeletons in them. Wow, I love that the I guess the crocodile was dead and I didn't even realize it, and they just revived it. All right, we're going to level 2. Level 1 never has like anything great. I mean, I've made some gold here. I mean, 30, 33, 46, 30, and 27 gold. So it's nice to have that for sure. All right. Ooh, there's something right there. So here we are. Oh, okay. So this is only a 2-level dungeon. We already are at the boss, Remnant of Antiquities. That's kind of cool. All right, got 180 gold out of that, so that's nice. Getting more money here. All right, Soul Riders. Vocal minority. It's fine. Treasure. Let's fight these guys. get... Oh, here they are. Hello. I didn't really want to aggro you guys yet, but hey, you know what? I'm not complaining. Get him! I got a dungeon map. Lovely. I don't really need a dungeon map. Maybe I do. Let's see what's on this place. Nothing. There's nothing here. I used it for no reason. That's really funny. I'm not worried about it. I have so many of those dungeon maps. 46. There's not even that many dungeon levels left. I mean, maybe. If every one of them have like 3, we have like... Even if they have 3 levels, we only have like 10 more dungeons to do. Something like that. Alright, shower me with presents. Yes, I love it. Free money. Do love the free money. I don't have a lockpick anymore. I did retain it for a long time, but... Which also helps, apparently helps your luck. If you're lucky. 126 gold. Gotta work in that for that golden guild was 8 dungeon pass just to get 5 gold. Yeah, that's how it goes. It's actually not that bad because you can really like Ascalonian Catacombs, you can zoom through all 3 paths if you know what you're doing within like minutes. Like it's literal minutes. And that's already 3 done right there, so it's not too bad. Plus the other money that you get, like, you know, the monsters drop loot and you get actual money bags from the chests and stuff like that. Dungeons are not super lucrative. Obviously there's 100 billion things that you could run that is better, but they're actually not bad in general. Like if you just want to do something different, running dungeons isn't a bad idea. Really, it's not. Did enough of the beetle racing to get that scarf, but I don't care to do more for the 100 medals, and I totally skipped out on doing the return to event. Really signs, yeah. I didn't do any of the return to either. The rewards weren't very great, and I don't know. I've just been busy playing other games, so I didn't do that. I did do the roller beetle last night, and I finished that, but that didn't take that long either, you know. It was fairly quick. Was it last night? I'm pretty sure it was last night. Someone get that soccer up, please. Is that yours? That is not yours. Whose is it? General Morgan's? Wait, who? Like, I don't know. Whoever that was. Alright. What do we have for treasure here? I don't see any. Oh, there's a flame right here on that claw. I did not see that. Yeah, I'm hoping we get something tomorrow, kind of spark our interest, you know? Give me some kind of really good teaser, Arena Net. You don't have to give me the trailer, but just like a nice teaser would be good. I would enjoy that a lot. I did work on the Discord server though, just so you guys know. I am slowly getting to that point where I'm getting ready for releasing. There's some stuff that I want to work on that I want to get done, but I do have it to the point where there's like notifications now for when I go live and when I post a video, you know, stuff like that. I still got to work on, like, one thing that I haven't even looked at is like, oh, where was the, oh, it's right. Is like the so there's like I want to look at that treasure, and I think there's another one, but that's okay. I gotta work on like roles. So I gotta like actually sit down and like think about roles for this for the server and stuff like that, and like kind of seeing what roles I want to have for people. Again, I'm not trying to make it like a super big thing. I want to kind of keep it like smaller. I didn't want to have like too many channels in there for people to talk to each other about. You know, kind of keep it like, you know, if you want to just chat, be in general kind of thing, you know. But I did have some specialized channels in there for like Guild Wars 2 and like voice channels for like Guild Wars 2 and Night Rain and like all these things. So, but it's slowly coming along, you guys. So that's super exciting. I'm very excited to have a place to hang out with people again. I mean, not that I don't have a place to hang out with people, but specifically with like my people, you know, like not that it's all about me, but I guess it is. It's not. Okay, whoa, okay, that's a lot of damage. All of the pets are dead. Wow, he does a lot of damage. And he's very immune to a lot of damage. He does a ton of damage. That's crazy. Slowly making our way down there, though. Pets aren't really helping anything at all. Oh, it doesn't bleed. I gotta go for the... Okay, so I think the one to go for now is go for the eyes. Maybe I should really like try to do this damage as well. I've gotten one treasure chest on ooh, look. You can look at these treasure chests. So that's it right there, the anvil. That's what we're looking for. Another treasure, 104 gold. That's not that much. Hope the final 6 Janthia Wild relics we get have something interesting. Was speculating with my guildies on perhaps a new relic that does something based on range, like that trait for ranger based on range, more damage further away. Maybe a relic that triggers based on distance. That would be interesting. I would like that. I think there's some really interesting ideas that ArenaNet has kind of been missing out that they could be doing. Alright, so let's open the chest. We're victorious. We get a sickle out of it. A sickle being an axe, I guess. Doesn't even look like a sickle at all. Alright, that's fine. And so that means it's done now. Can I like talk to him? He's standing right here. Yep. It's true then. The anvil exists. I dared not hope, but this is great work you've done, friend. As I meditate here, I may learn to be a better smith, to be able to help my people in their coming travails. Take this as a sign of the gratitude owed ye by the entire Dwarven nation, friend. Alright, we get that. And there it is. There's the Anvil of Dragomar. So this mysterious anvil. And that was the dungeon. Wasn't a crazy dungeon, was it? It was very short in a way. That level 1 was like the longest part. Alright, well. Next up is Raven Point. Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to like relics, I feel like there's a lot of things. Like if I sat down, I feel like I could come up with like 1,000 different like really good ideas. But I feel like I'm gonna just disappoint myself with that. You know, because I feel like, I don't know, they haven't really added any interesting relics recently, like at all. Yep, I'm gonna sell it. Yep, I'm gonna sell it. All for money. I just want the money, baby. And yep, sell that. How much money we got? Look at that. We have a lot of money. So it actually gives you it actually gives you skill points when you level up, so skill points, you need skill points. So anytime I level up, I get a skill point. And you need those in order to buy skills and summon. So anytime I summon Ridlock, for example, it costs me 1 skill point to summon him. It says right there, this item costs 1 skill point to activate it at the very bottom, the very last line. You guys can barely read it, but yeah, so to summon anything, you need a skill point, and to buy skills, you need skill points. If you don't have any skill points, you can't buy any more. You need money and skill points for that. So. Yeah, so those are the two. I think those are... Well, and then there's also items that you can buy. There's like the Star of Transference and the Armor of Salvation, or whatever the hell it's called. When you want to craft those, they all cost 1 skill point as well. Like these, the Essences of Celerity, the Grail of Might, Armors of Salvation, like the Power Stone of Courage. Like all these cost like 1 skill point, and then like a bunch of other materials to craft. So the skill points are like kind of like this like kind of gatekeeping a little bit some of the higher items, you know, because if you have so many materials and so much gold, you could just like outright buy all this stuff, you know. Did I need to get the quest? Who do I get the quest from? It's not from... Is it from Olaf? No, Olaf is like...
Never anger
ready
nor.
to journey into the Raven Trend. No, that's just... Hi, do you do anything? Creating a piece of armor is nothing. Crafting something that will stand against time and combat is true mastery. I think that... probably right outside the dungeon. It feels like Anad's too scared to go OP with them, so they do nothing... Well, it's not making it OP, but so many of them feel uninspired. You know, it's like, you know, make something that's like, that can compete with the powerful ones, but at the same time can do something interesting. And there's many ways that you can do that, but it feels like they were just told that they had to add a set amount of relics, so they just come up with these random things that they then slap on. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like that a little bit to me. So, that's what Guild Wars 3 should do with Guild Wars 2's mastery points. Whatever mastery we're in Guild Wars 2, transfer over to Guild Wars 3 as a currency we can use to buy all of Monument skins. I mean, maybe. Or maybe just have it as a...
Who sent you?
It should be like a... That should be my Hall of Monument level. Not that I need to use it as a currency to buy anything, but like... You know, because we have like they did the Hall of Monuments had like, you know, different levels of it, right? It went all the way up to 50. At 30, you stopped getting any like physical rewards. You only got like titles and stuff like that. But you still got achievement points all the way to 50. Like they should just have it to the point where like, you know, right now would be what, 620 is the highest level. So that is the Hall of Monuments. That, you know, that's how high the Hall of Monuments for Guild Wars 3 is gonna go, right? So the more achievement points you get, the more you get those, you get more rewards, you know. And who knows how long this is gonna go, right? We could get to mastery point 1000, could be the last one that we're doing, right? And like 3 expansions or something, and that is where you get the ultimate. That's the final reward for the Hall of Monuments for Guild Wars 3, is getting to mastery level 1000. I don't think that would be a bad idea, because the Hall of oh look, lockpick, we always need those, because I feel like the Hall of Monuments, right, is like, or the mastery system is a clear progression anyways. It doesn't matter if you have any of the expansions or not, because CORSAIR have their own masteries as well. So you technically can, like with the fractals and the raids and stuff like that, it doesn't matter what game mode you really play, you can get, you know, unless you're doing a PvP mode. But if you're doing anything PvE, you can earn mastery points, you know. So I feel like it would replace the Hall of Monuments in a good way, I think. Because there's even veteran players now that just haven't gone for the highest level yet and stuff. So if they were to announce it like, hey, this is going to be the thing, that drives people to play that content, right? That's going to drive, like, if you need 1000 to get to that point, it's going to drive people to play, because all of your content is going to be then played and bought right? Because people want to get that level 1000. So the expansion they don't have, they're gonna buy it because they want to get those mastery points, right? The living world seasons they don't have, they're gonna buy those because they want to get that mastery point, right? The people, you know, maybe more people are gonna just jump back in to actually play the game, meaning that they're gonna start probably maybe buying something off of the gem store or something like that, right? Like I think that that would be a good idea. I think. Hopefully Guild Wars lasts long enough so we can reach 1,000. If we reach 1,000, it would remind me of the MMO I played, Red Moon, where you could reach level 10,000 in that. Jesus, level 10,000. That is probably a long grind to get there, you know? Are they attacking me? I guess they're attacking me, so I'm gonna have to jump in. Yeah, but I don't know. I think I mean I really wish that we get a Hall of Monuments for Guild Wars 3. I really do. I really do, because I think it's just gonna drive. I think it drove so many people. Even now there's people that jump in from Guild Wars 2 to Guild Wars 1, and they just, you know, they want to get that Hall of Monuments. They want to get that God Walking Among Mere Mortals, so that they can get the achievement points and the skins and stuff like that. It's great. I think it's a fantastic system to, you know, bridge the two games and like earn something in one game for the other game. I think it's a great idea, and I think it's something really unique that like I don't think I've seen in other like games and stuff like that. So which one do we need to do? I think we need to defending the breach. Hail friend, King Jalus sent a unit of dwarves to clear the destroyers out of Raven's Point, but they've run into some trouble. Their engineer, an annoying little sura named Zap, flew out of the caverns like a bat out of Grant's Hall, screaming about how Captain Sargon's unit was under siege by destroyers. I knew sending little ones in to do big Norn work was no better than sending cows to slaughter. But dwarves can be stubborn. Quite stubborn. I can't leave my post, and my father is not battle ready at the moment. Could you lead Zap back to the unit, kill the destroyers, and rescue Captain Sargon's unit? The engineer is waiting just outside. Okay, so that's there is a solo quest as well. I might do the Ale mood at some point. That's actually a fun little side mission. All right, gotta journey back in. Didn't take as long as it sounds. When you reach the areas of each 100, you will gain 1 level per screen of monsters you killed. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Did you play Rayman Redemption? Speaking of games that you want to play, did you play some of it? Because I know you were downloading it the other day. I was looking at it too. Alright, there we go. There's the engineer. Oh yeah, it didn't get far, but it was nostalgic and didn't make the game easier per se. It just gives you infinite lives if you choose. Yeah, so but it's kind of nice because if you have like infinite lives, then you won't get like game overs as much, and you can continue on the like checkpoints that you get, I guess. So it makes it a little bit easier, but yeah, it's not it's literally the same game, which is cool because I you know, I love the idea of just playing that exact same game. So I might stream that at some point. That'll be fun.
Who goes there?
All right, hello.
What's your problem?
Oh, he doesn't say anything. All right. Oh, we're going into Raven's Point. So it lessens the stress of dying, making mistakes. Yeah, it's pretty chill. It's fun. You know, I love the music in it. Like I said, I think it's one of those worlds that's very unique. You know, because we just spoke about like how D&D influenced all of these different games, and you can see all of these different ideas kind of like, you know, throughout RPGs and video games and even board games and stuff like that. Like, you know, same enemies, same kind of like, you know, ideas of like, oh, demons are evil and blah, 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 blah. Like Rayman kind of feels like a little bit different in that sense. And that's why I appreciate Rayman for what it is. Because the world of Rayman feels very different. You know, it's kind of like it has a little like different style to it, and I really love that. It feels very unique. Specifically the first one, I think. I don't see any treasure anywhere. Did I get the? I did not talk to the beacon. I just realized that. A PSP emulator can emulate PSP, PS1 game. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I do love like playing those old PlayStation games and playing those old you know, Game Boy games and stuff like that. It's really cool. I love that. All right, so ooh, we have a. Is he here? He's here, but he's not gonna fight, so he's just gonna hang out. He's not a fighter. He's just gonna hang out. There's an inscribed stone. As always, there's objects that let us know. Earlier we had a parchment. In the last dungeon here, it's an inscribed stone that tells you who you need to go to talk to in order to get the quest to start this dungeon. Pretty sure they're always in front of doors that won't open if you don't have the thing for it. So if you don't have the quest for it. Okay, what do I have to do here? Oh yeah, these are you guys have never seen these. These are left over from Utopia. These were specifically by some kind of developer. They talked about how these faces were specifically something recycled from the Utopia expansion. So they're like everywhere in this hall. Certain halls will have a bunch of them. So I gotta light the braziers. All right, I'm gonna fight the enemies first. Because there's a boss in the middle of it, and I don't really want to... is there treasure in here anywhere? Nope, no treasure. Okay. I feel like the traps are going to activate once I start lighting these braziers. Because they've been awfully suspiciously quiet, these traps. Crisis core. Okay, what's happening? Why are we not killing this guy? Is he too strong? No, you guys are just dumb. Okay, so, oh, chest. Is that safe to open this chest? Unlit torch. Oh, I need an unlit torch. Got it. Okay. Oh, and the traps just started? Great. Alright, let's do the unlit. Just got a whiff of something. For that, I saw your message. Thank you, I appreciate it. Alright, let's light these. I don't know, is there a time limit on these? There is a time limit. Oh boy. I could just relight them again at the So again, we have a little bit of a thing that we gotta do. Both doors open. Got it. Do I need to keep the... I don't know if I need to keep the thing. Oh, I lost the lockpick. Immediately. I don't know if I need to keep this torch or not. I'm not gonna keep it right now. da, 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 da. All right, perfect. Treasure. Ooh, there's a treasure to the right. Through that wall. Okay. Let me use a dungeon map here. Essence collector area map. Dungeon gate. How do I get in there? Do I need to do something? Do I need to defeat the enemy and it breaks open? Because I don't see a powder keg anywhere. There's like 3 ways you can find a specific order. Well, do whatever you feel like is more fun. Like I said yesterday, it's the same for me when it comes to playing through Dark Souls right now. Oh, it does break open. Okay. Oh, destroyers are coming out. Got it. So I actually want to do the Delver. That's gonna be the one that helps me in this area then, because that title gives me armor against destroyers, and I do more damage or something, or I gain health or something. But yeah, it's the same for me when I'm playing through Dark Souls 3, because I've been reading a lot up on like suggestions on like builds and weapons to use and blah 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 blah. And that's the thing. It's like I looked up today. I was looking at like specific like weapons, because I like using a dagger, right? I talked about this yesterday. I was like, man, I love how fast the daggers are, right? Like I feel like I can get way more attacks in. And everything else kind of like swings, and it's so slow, right? Especially the startup to the attack is like really slow on some of these weapons. So I looked up. I'm like, oh, I lost my lockpick. So I'm going through. Oh, I just missed it. Didn't know where it was. I already have the map, area map. But so I'm looking through, and I'm like, okay, what's a good dagger to use? And then a bunch of people are like suggesting this one dagger, but it's like, no, I like using the dagger that I'm using because it inflicts like bleed, and like I haven't seen another dagger. I haven't gotten another dagger that does bleed damage, but the bandit's knife that I got from like way early on from starting, and so I've been just like using that, and it's been like really good, and I've been like really enjoying it. And I'm like, it's kind of weird because all of these, there's so many people that are suggesting all these other things that you should be doing. Like, so many people are saying like, oh yeah, just get a big weapon and swing around. I'm like, yeah, but it's so slow. Like, how do you get any attacks off if you're constantly like just getting attacked and you lose like half your health in like 3 seconds? How do you get attacks off? How do you defeat enemies? There's an area map over here. I'm gonna kind of venture around. Dungeon key. Okay, there's no. So I don't know. I'm just playing the way that I enjoy it and the way that it makes me feel like I don't know, I'm actually being able to progress. I'm kind of stuck a little bit right now. I'm kind of stuck a little bit in the catacombs, but other than that, I'm like, that's how I'm gonna play it. I like the magic builds in Souls game. Yeah, it's kind of weird because like, so I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 3, and I tried a magic build, but the problem is that it just kind of like the idea of like getting rooted in place whenever you use a spell, and they're kind of slow. Like, I get like you have to level your dexterity to get like a faster cast time, but I don't know, it still bothers me, and like in a way. So I don't know. I've been going with the bandit's knife. For those of you that are interested, so my bandit's knife, which does automatic, like it has like a bleed damage thing, so it doesn't do amazing damage, but you can attack like really quickly, and you can trigger that on some enemies that are like, they don't wear like heavy armor. You can trigger that like almost twice, the bleed effect, and it's just like, you do like a massive amount of damage. I actually put a poison gem on it, meaning that I also apply poison to the enemy. I haven't really, I'm still playing around with that part of all of it because I don't know if that is something that I want to do or not. I've been thinking about like maybe once I get like the ability of doing like a cold infusion, maybe doing that instead. Because again, we're attacking like really quickly and like that would be really good. But I don't know. So for now, I'm kind of using that. All right, I'm gonna, is it just one that I need to light to get in here? Nope. Is it the one that's way over there? I guess it is. And that one over there? Oh god, they're so far away. I'm never gonna make it. I have a speed boost, so I could potentially... Oh, this one is lit already. I don't know. Let's drop this for a second. I have a lit one right here. Kind of wish Souls games had like a pew pew fast-paced archer build. So that's really cool that you say that because so Night Rain is about to come out, and Night Rain changes the way that bows work in the combat, you know. And so a lot of people are hoping that this is the move that they finally needed in order to change the way that archery works in Souls like in the Souls games. So a lot of people are hoping that the way that the Iron Eye works in Night Rain, which I will be streaming. Okay, that does open the door. I will be streaming Night Rain, so you guys can see it as well. But the way that that works is hopefully how they're gonna continue doing combat in Souls games. Okay, there's a ghost, so we have another ghost friend. I'm gonna carry that torch. I like the Divine Magic Cleric Paladin build. Buff yourself with magic and then stab you with sword. Oh, rubber banding. Yeah, I actually heard that like that is a pretty good build as well. In Dark Souls 3 specifically, that was like one build that was suggested, but I don't know. It's just, again, they'd like go with the suggestion of like take a big sword and get a divine thing on there, and I'm like, I don't want to use divine. I don't want to use a big. I want to use divine, but I don't want to use it on a big weapon like that. I don't like great swords and great axes and stuff. There's been playthroughs that I have done of Souls games with that, like specifically Elden Ring. I've done a couple of playthroughs where I go with those big weapons, but that's just not my style. I don't like playing that. It's one of the reasons why I don't play things like Monster Hunter and stuff, because they always have those big weapons and the little ones feel like they're not really doing anything. I have all these treasures to go for. Did I talk to this? I did. Basically how I play a Mage Knight build in Oblivion. In Skyrim, if I ever play again because of the shield bashing skill tree, I always do that. Best feeling archer. Well, that's the thing. I love like a good shield build, but they don't have you know, they don't have the guard counter that Elden Ring has. Like, guard counter is super fun in Elden Ring, and I love that. And Elden Ring also has the shields you can attack with, which is so fun. Like, shields that you can use to attack with is like such a great idea, and I love it. And so I do love using that as well. Wow, we have another ghost, you guys. We have an army of ghosts. Look at our army of just look at all of this. This is us. This is our army of people. Running along. Hello. It's like, hello, I see you. Ooh, so creepy. Is there any treasure? Nope. Alright, we're gonna go this way now. Yeah, we're still on level 1. I just had to check because I didn't remember. Alright. I'm just gonna go kind of straight for the thing, because level 1 really isn't ever worth that much. Alright, let's defeat the ancient guy here. Everyone go at your slow snail's pace. Goodbye. Alright, I already have an unlit torch. I don't need your torch. Oh boy. I brought my own. I don't need yours. Look, it's a destroyer. There's a treasure here. $44 gold. Alright, light that torch. Why can't I light this torch? Alright, here we go. Ooh. So there's statues of Grants here. Statues of good old Grants, my best friend Grant. Reaper of Destruction. How utterly fascinating. Those enormous savages have fabricated something quite remarkable. Could this structure perchance be drawing the attention and ire of the destroyers? If my postulations are precise and the sanctuary is indeed a rallying point for invading destroyers, then we shall need to expedite our descent. Otherwise, Captain Sargon's group shall be caught betwixt and between. Regrettably, the conundrum of what draws the destroyers here must await another day. Every dwarf we save today puts another obstacle between me and danger tomorrow. Alright, so let's defeat our guy. Oh boy, there they come out of the woodworks. Like little rats. Best feeling archery bow so far is Guild Wars 2 with shortbow on Rev, Thief, Longbow on Guardian, Ranger. All feel nice. I don't know. You know, I like more the action-y oriented. I like the way that like Warframe does it. Like Warframe has like a really cool way of doing it. Like Destiny, I guess too. Destiny has a great way of doing bows. I like the idea of like just first person, but like I don't know. Warframe doesn't have first person, so I think I prefer Warframe actually. Where you still can see your character, but the way that you shoot is like different. I don't know. I think I like more the action-oriented like bows that you can get. I've never used big weapons either, unless it's fast-paced like the Barbarian Neverwinter. Best feeling shield gameplay that I've played so far is shield weapon skill tree in DC Universe. Pummel enemies with it and throw it like Captain America. That is super fun. DC, I played it years ago. DC Universe Online, and it had some like really unique like magics and weapons and stuff. I really appreciated that. I really appreciated it. It had some cool animations on a lot of like very unique weapons. I really loved that. I love like really unique weapons and animations and stuff like that on those things. Hate the game's camera style and UI. I actually like it. The way that the camera works and stuff. It's like very action oriented, but you can still see your character. The UI is a little iffy, I think, but that's okay. We have 3 dwarven ghosts. We'll see if they can help me. Ooh, there's 2 treasure chests right before the lock. Oh god, and there's enemies there too. Maybe there's some treasure down here. I might go down there in a second. Uh-oh. Don't all run into the freezing. I'm gonna position myself in the middle there. Ooh, there's something in the... Alright, cool. Got some treasure there. Love that. Alright, I'll get those essences later. Let's run down here. Yeah, I spent like $5 to get the shield skill tree. That's not bad to get a new weapon. I don't think that's bad. There's nothing down here. It just loops back around to the other areas. That's fine. We'll stay up there. What are you doing lagging behind over here? we'll move on. I wish it was zoomed out just a little more, and people tell me I can change the settings, and you can't. Not the way I want it. Just straight up impossible. Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten used to it. I mean, I like the idea. That's kind of how I play my Guild Wars too. You know, where I have like the camera positioned behind my character, but like at a slight like off to the side, so I kind of like over the shoulder looking. So I like that kind of camera style. I actually know exactly the moment that I fell in love with that style of camera. There was a game that I played. If anyone remembers, it was such a fun game because of the way that the combat worked. It was an action-oriented, like, MMO, like, dungeon crawler type game called Dragon Nest. If anyone has played that, I played the shit out of Dragon Nest back in the day. Like, oh my god. Every day I played Dragon Nest. I was, like, so into it. I made all kinds of characters. Love the combat in that game. And that's how that game worked. Was, like, the camera was over your shoulder, behind your character, kind of. And I don't know, I fell in love with it. And then when they introduced, like, in Guild Wars 2, I never played it like that. But then when they introduced action camera, I was like, oh man, I want to play it just like Dragon Nest. And I've been playing it since then. Ever since then, I've played it like that. Alright, we have one treasure here. Let's get that. This is because I played more isometric games than you do. That's my preference. I mean, I've played plenty of isometric games. I spent many hours in Path of Exile, many hours in Diablo 3. I've played like strategy games. You know, like I said, I talked about Warcraft 3. I played that for many hours. That's isometric as well. So I have played my fair share, but I do prefer I feel more connected to my characters when I'm not God looking down at the peasants. You know what I mean? Like, I feel more connected to my character if I'm behind the character. There's something in me that kind of makes me feel more connected to my character. So we all have our preferences. That's true. We all do. You know, that's just how it goes. That's why it's important for games to give us the options of playing the way that we want. And I think ArenaNet has done a great job when it comes to Guild Wars 2. Like, with the way that you can move the camera, and you have action combat or tap target, and you can switch between on a click of a button. And they have, like, all the customizability of, like, you know, you can have any button do any of the things that you want. You can move everything around. The only thing that's kind of missing is, like, moving the UI, right? Like, in Guild Wars 1, they did such a great job with being able to move the UI any way you want it, reshape it, make it bigger, larger, put it in this corner, put it over here. You know, I can move all of this. Every element I can put in a different corner and move it around and do different things with it, right? I kind of missed that for Guild Wars 2, 100%. Is there anything down here? Is there even a reason? I'm not going to go down there. You know what? This is only level 1, and there's not that much up there. So, you know, so I do like the amounts. I just really wish we had more UI customizability for Guild Wars 2. I do wish that. Alright, off we go. I do think Warframe's combat is amazing, and the overall story and graphical style is neat. The graphical style is a little... the graphical style is fine. I'm not a fan of the, like, weird, like futuristic steampunk that they kind of have for some of those factions. Not a huge fan of that personally, but I do like a lot of the assets that they use, and I don't know much about the story itself. I do enjoy... I enjoyed the parts that I did play of it. I did enjoy it, you know, so I did like those for sure. My last name is King, so I guess it's only right I feel like a god. Kidding. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, that's just, for me personally, that's kind of like my not impression, but like that's how I feel, you know. It's like I feel this because I always feel like I've played so many strategy games back in the day. I used to be like huge on like strategy games, right? Like I used to play a ton of those. You know, Warcraft being part of that as well. I used to play like Civilization, like the think the first one or something, like way early on when I was young. I played like Settlers. Was that what it was called? Settlers? Yeah, I think so. Played a ton of that. Oh my god, many hours spent playing that. I played an amazing game by the name of, not many people have played it, but if you guys ever want to play a really good like old school strategy game that has a Star Wars feel to it, Star Wars Battlegrounds was really good. It was really good. That was one that I played like extensively as well. Does that lead any? I guess it does lead somewhere. No treasure anywhere, so I don't know what we're doing. I guess I gotta reveal a chest in order to do the braziers here. So let's do it. But yeah, that was a great game. But I don't know. So when I play like isometric games like Diablo and stuff like that, I feel like I'm giving orders to another character. I'm not playing as that character, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel, kind of. Okay, there's a treasure south of here. We're gonna go get that. Let me get all this stuff here first. White crab! I should really, like, you know, I should have an army of crabs. Just like 2 blue, 3 red, and like a couple of like just, you know, and a white one in there or whatever. Like have a mix of crabs. Just an army of crabs. That would be really funny. Let's go down that way. Drop this. Friggin' A uses Vowel of Silence. Don't know what it is. I just have always liked the view camera angle of Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights, so I can zoom in to watch the action but get zoom out to control the battlefield. When I play Guild Wars 2, I'm a bit more zoomed out, I notice, compared to others. I mean, I see a lot of people that play Guild Wars 2 like this. Okay? And they run around like that, and, you know, because many, like, and this is like, we're talking veterans, we're talking like end game players, right? Because end game is all about like positioning, and there's like red rings everywhere, and like boss attacks have like, you know, telegraphs and stuff, and you need to see the telegraphs, so people zoom out and they look straight at the ground, right? But I always tell everyone, I'm like, look up, there's things above you. Especially in Guild Wars 2, they put so much effort into the maps and stuff. I'm always like, look up, everything is happening above you, you know? It's one of those. So I don't know. I just enjoy it. I get more immersion out of, you know, and everyone loves. Everyone knows I love my immersion, but I feel like I just get more immersion out of having the camera behind my character and kind of playing like that. Because then I feel like I'm actually role playing as that character, kind of in a way, you know. So. Always get annoyed when I watch Wooden Potatoes play and he swaps between action camera and non-action combat camera constantly, using his mouse to do some stuff. Shit frustrates me to all hell. Well, I mean, when you do something in your inventory and stuff, like, I switch, I mean, obviously I switch back too, because there's no other way that you can control it. But you mean like on screen, like he'll swap back and forth? I mean, I don't know. I've never watched it that intensely to realize that, I guess. I don't know. But that's really funny. I stick to action camera more than I should. Like, I know I've gotten many comments now over the years where people have been like, you know, I made a video on it because when I first started releasing videos, I got comments from people like, man, what, like, you play completely different. Like, you play way different than how I play or how I've seen other people play. And I'm always like, yeah, I know. Oh, there's Dredge here, you guys. We have Dredge. Wow. Okay. Here. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I play very different to other people. Like, that's just kind of my thing. I don't know. So I made a whole video on action camera. I showed people how my setup is and then action camera and stuff like that. So For anyone interested in using that or wondering what my settings are, that video is still up on my channel. It has a lot of views on it too, but it's one of the things because action camera made me enjoy the game so much more. So much more. When they added action camera, I was like, oh my god. Because I literally was at a point where literally right before they released action camera, I was at a point where I was going to take a break from Guild Wars 2 because I was just kind of tired of the combat. I was just kind of like, this is kind of frustrating. They had released some kind of content at the time that was a little bit more hectic. I don't remember what it was. I don't, you know, I couldn't tell you, but I remember I was playing some kind of one of the content releases from around that time, and it felt very hectic. And I'm like, man, I wish I had action camera, and you know, because I knew that I was probably like playing something else at the time. I was probably playing like Warframe at the time, and I'm like, you know, this is the kind of camera that I want. Or even like Dragon Nest. I might have been like playing Dragon Nest at the time. I played Dragon Nest like well into the 20-teens, so I don't know. But yeah, I like literally sat there and I'm like, this is how I want to play the game. And I got to the point where like right beforehand, I remember like just kind of being like, oh, maybe I just don't want to play Guild Wars 2 anymore, or like not, you know, take a break from it, you know, whatever. And then they released that and I'm like, this has revitalized my interest. I will play it forever and ever and ever. And then here we are many years later, and I still play it every day, almost every day. So I'm like every 2 seconds. Yeah, I just find it comfortable. I stick to action cameras. I don't have my inventory as cluttered filled as much as YouTubers, streamers. Yeah, I do find that I mean, yesterday I was kind of cleaning up some of my inventories, but I watch some people and I'm like, how do you live with yourself? That inventory is atrocious and it's giving me agita, okay? I just don't grind major events enough or hoard things. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I do any whenever I'm at the end of whatever I'm doing, whatever task, like, you know, I do a meta, or I do, you know, a farm you know, I farm for eternal shards, you know, and I go for something specific, or I craft something, or I swap a character. The first thing I do is open my inventory and see what I can get rid of, right? Like I go chest hunting and I get to the end of my chest hunt. I open all of the chests that I've done, like in the Jantier region, right? And then I break down all of the things that I have, and I sell all of the grays that I have, and I deposit all my materials, and I open all the bags, and I consume all my karma, and I do all of those things, you know, because I just, like, sometimes some stuff gets stuck in there, you know, it's from like some achievements or something, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna keep it on me. It's fine because my bank is like full as well, so I'm like, I gotta kind of keep some room in there and stuff. But most times, man, my inventory, I need to like kind of I need to work on that. I need to not have it like that. Is this the only brazier? There's only one? I don't see the other one. Oh, it's way over there. Oh, this is lit too. Wait, did I just light this or was that already lit? I don't know. Just gonna run by here. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, there's a treasure further through. Alright, let's go for the gardener. The gardener is the healer. Was there a treasure that I ran by down here somewhere? Because this would be a great place to put a treasure. Somewhere down here. Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of wander here and let's see. Nope, nothing. Alright. Whatever. Don't let me tell you how to do your job. Ooh. Hello. Can't get in there. Alright, there was a treasure somewhere over here. We didn't open this door. There's a treasure there. Oh boy. Oh boy. I do want to go this. What is that? Screw that. Oh. You play zoomed in maybe 3 times more than how I play. I mean, that's not bad. In Guild Wars 1 you can't really do that because you have to like pay attention to like all your characters. That's why I usually play, because there's so many characters that I'm controlling and that I have to pay attention to. But yeah, I don't know. I like to just play zoomed in. To each their own. Like I said, it's nice to have that option where you can like play it like zoomed out and like looking down, or you can play it however you want, you know? Basically how your angle is now. Yeah, it's just for me, it's a little too far back. Like you'll see me like switch. Like sometimes when there's not a lot going on or I'm running around, like I might like zoom back in, you know, a little bit. Like you guys will see me do that. And I just do it. It's literally not even a conscious thing. It's subconsciously, I like just like to do that. Oh God, we have some, I gotta find where all the treasures are again. Okay, there's treasure everywhere. Holy crap. Okay. Let's go through here. Okay, let's... Oh, look at that. Oh, lighting the braziers lowers the bridge, I'm guessing? Area map. Give me the information. Dungeon gate. Yeah, so I have to get across there or here. Okay, got it. I understand. 140. I play Ranger and Necromesmer a lot. All 3 of those classes have minions, clones. Had to pay attention soon. Now it's all starting to make sense. I mean, I don't know. Is that really like? I feel like, do you need to pay attention to your Mesmer clones? Not really. To your minions, stuff like that. I don't know. Seems like an excuse to me. Seems like you're just looking for an excuse. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I watched some people play and I literally was like, how do you enjoy Guild Wars like this? Like, I get like kind of judgy with people like that. I'm like, why? How are you playing the game like this? Staring at the ground. Like, you're missing all of the good stuff. Alright, there's a brazier here. And a treasure here, and a treasure over there. There's lots of treasure around. Okay, I just gotta clear the enemies here because this will otherwise never happen for me. Ooh, a monstrous eye. Hell yeah. In first person view, don't know how they do it. You know, sometimes I like it. It does get me a little motion sickness doing that a little bit. Like sometimes the camera shakes give me a little bit of motion sickness. So I don't know. I used to love playing my Elder Scrolls games in first person. Again, it gives me a lot of immersion because it feels like I'm playing as the character. You know, and there's something about that. But yeah, I don't know. In recent years, I've kind of stopped doing that. Okay. Let's kill these guys. Is there any treasure down here? No, there's not. Okay, so we have to lower the thing. First person works for like dungeons and closed areas, but it doesn't work for open world. It still works for open world for me. Again, it gives me a little bit. It gives me a little bit of realism. You know, it gives me a little bit of like, you know, I am playing as this character. You know, this is the character is the analog for me, right? And it connects me a little bit more to the world that I'm in. It's all about immersion for me. It's all about like, the less I have to think about this, you know, the better. I don't know. Sounds kind of sad, but that's how it is sometimes. Okay. So I'm just gonna run through with all of these guys. I don't even care. I guess I gotta be careful. So the brazier is here. Oh, I can go around it. Okay, perfect. And I got a speed boost. That should easily make that now. It's 30 seconds that I have. Go, 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 go. Run, 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 run. Boom. We did our FPS has opened. I always go into first person view in Oblivion Skyrim when I enter an instance cave, but when I go out into what I do third person, which thankfully you can swap. Yeah, that is nice. Again, giving people options on, you know, how to play their game is always nice. Always nice. Back in the day, remember, like, doing PlayStation 1, even PlayStation 2, you didn't have much in terms of options. You had to play you had to play the game the way that they wanted you to play it, and that's it, right? Like many of the PlayStation games even had like pre-rendered backgrounds, and you had like one set camera that you run through, right? Like the Final Fantasy games did that. The like Legend of Dragoon games, many of the Digimon games did that, or at least the first Digimon game, Digimon World, did that. Like many of those games, you know, that was kind of the thing. Like Resident Evil, stuff like that, where you had like one set camera and you had to like look, you know, you had to use it like that, you know. So now that we've kind of moved on with our lives a little bit. Oh, Ember is dead. Wait, Ember is dead somewhere? She's no, she's alive somewhere else. She's caught somewhere else. I don't know where, but Tomb Raider had horse controls. I don't know how I played that back then. I do remember that as well. I remember my dad was always the one that played Tomb Raider, you know? And he always had to, like, you know, it was all about like positioning yourself, right? It was always like, okay, if you back up perfectly against the wall, you're gonna be like at like a perfectly parallel. So, and then he would like walk forward, and he had to go like perfectly to like the edge, and then do like a jump or something, or like do a backflip that lands perfectly, you know. And it was just like, oh my god, it was like, sometimes it was like horrible how like janky that was. You know, good times. I mean, I remember that very well. Ember is trapped somewhere. I don't even know. At this point, I don't even care about these pets anymore, like at all. I have no interest in making sure that they're alive or hanging out with us. Leaving them behind. If you're dead, you're getting left behind. If you're alive, you're getting left behind, apparently. I don't know where Ember is, but she's stuck somewhere. It's fine. I want to go this way. I want to see if there's any treasure around here. Maybe there's one down there. It's fine. We're about to go to level 2 anyways, or level 3? Level 3. Or Resident Evil's tank controls. I do remember that as well. I was never like a huge Resident Evil player. I don't like scary games. I don't like games. Well, not necessarily. I don't like games with jump scares, okay? Because I don't get scared, but I don't like getting like suddenly like startled. You know, it's like I'm like, oh, I hate that feeling. So I never play those games. Was still kind of bad with the Tomb Raider 1 through 6 remasters, but they patch it. Really? Yeah, I don't know. I do love, I don't know. I never played, did I ever play the remasters? I might have played them at some point. My favorite one is still, oh look, there's Ember. The Strider is alive, but it's not on screen. That's okay. Hi Ember, are you gonna not be stuck behind that trap? Oh, she got out of it. Welcome back. But I liked, so my favorite Tomb Raider was Tomb Raider Legends. I love that. That game really controlled really well. I really liked the flow of that game. I thought it was kind of short. I wish it was a little bit longer, but that game was like my favorite Tomb Raider game, I want to say. We're the same. It actually caused me visual issues when shit just appears out of nowhere. I get shimmers. What the hell are shimmers? Shimmers? What are shimmers? I don't like it. I don't like getting started like that. It freaks me out. It's never good. It's like, to me, that's really cheap. Like, if you want to make horror, there's other ways to make it. To me, jump scares are really cheap horror, especially when you can tell when they're coming. Legends was just available for free through Amazon Prime. I loved it. I thought it was a great game. I think it was Legends. Let me double check real quick and make sure I'm thinking of the correct one. Tomb Raider Legends. Because I know what the box art is like. Yeah, that's the one. Pretty sure. Is that the one that starts you? Well, let me look at the plot. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I think that's the one. I'm pretty sure that's the one. There was another one that was released right around that time that had like a different name, and I always get the two confused. But I think Legends was the one that I liked a lot. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. But yeah, that was my favorite. I don't know. It felt very... It was easy to pick up. The story was like kind of easily explained. Like you didn't really need to know much of the other stuff. It felt very like... It felt very like not super involved. Many of the Tomb Raider games feel like they're kind of involved. Like very involved. Where you have to like... Okay, just interrupt me. It's fine. Just keep interrupting me. I know the flame is about to go out. I'm just gonna... Lit torch. Is it gonna automatically unlight? It is. Unlight. Delight. Do I even need it if I'm just gonna... Oh, I don't. I don't even need the torch. Ever died. I am not paying attention to what's happening. Oh, Underworld. That's right. That's right. Underworld. So yeah. So I liked Legends, but I didn't. I wasn't huge on Underworld. I played through most of Underworld. I never finished it, but Underworld was just a little, like they tried to do like a little bit too much with it. I feel like. Legends is a complete remake of Tomb Raider 1 in a new engine. Underworld is a direct sequel to that remake, including the original Tomb Raider 2. Oh wait, I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the timeline of like Tomb Raider games is like all over the place with the older ones. Alright, so we go up this hill. It's a very steep hill. I feel like we would not be able to just walk up here. Imagine having to climb up here, like on an icy ground. That would never just happen. We'd slide down there real quick. No treasure? No treasure. Dungeon lock! Alright, we move on. Look at this. Look at the big holes over here. Look at them. Anniversary is a remake of Tomb Raider 1. Legend and Underworld are direct sequels to Anniversary, ignoring the original 2 and 3. Got it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I like Legend. Or Legend, or whatever. I did try to play Anniversary at some point, which was that remake, but I really did not like that. I did not like that at all, and I was like, I don't like this. And then I stopped playing that. Basically a new trilogy timeline based on the original timeline. Yeah. Yeah, it's confusing. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Because, you know, they tried to, I guess they tried to, like, remake it with that trilogy, like, do a soft like, a reboot of the series, right? And then they rebooted all of Tomb Raider, you know, a few years after that with, like, the three new games that were, like, Tomb Raider games. Kind of strange in that way. I hate chromatic drakes, but I don't think there's a treasure here. Let's kind of move over here. I see the dungeon lock there, but I'm gonna just kind of see. All right, nothing here, so we're gonna just move on with our lives. Oh, the pets. Oh, the pets are dead. Let's kill these drakes and revenge our pets. Avenge our pets. It was a good engine, especially with Legend, but then they did it again with Survivor era Lara Croft. Yeah, that's right. The Survivor era, which was kind of, I mean, I played all those games and they weren't bad. I liked them. They were just like very removed from, I feel like, what Tomb Raider was a little bit, you know. Like, I always loved, there was this weird idea that I've always loved that Lara Croft is like this rich girl that, like, she didn't need to do all of this stuff, right? She's like loaded, you know. It's like she has like so much money, but she still does all of this stuff. Survivor kind of took that away because they made her like, oh, she's a like a college student or whatever, and then she gets like stranded on the island, and it's like just kind of different. It kind of puts like a different light on her. Like, I always loved the Lara Croft that was just like this badass that just did it, you know, for shits and giggles, you know, and not made it her like life's work to uncover the truth behind her father's whatever and da da da. You know, it was kind of like, oh my god, there's things everywhere. All right, let's help these dwarves out real quick. One already died. The healer died. Unravel all the mysteries of these treasures. Ooh, I got a ruby. Look at that. Nice. You're right. Legend was honestly perfection. You're not remembering wrong. They went full to the nines, making that one good story, good gameplay. It just felt like compared to the other ones, it just felt like better when I played it. Like, Underworld wasn't bad, but it just felt like they then tried to go like even more. I don't know, they tried to do more with it, and it's just like, no, Legend was fine. You didn't need to do all of this extra stuff. Like, they added like different movement things, I remember, that you could do, and like different like mechanics and stuff, and I'm like, no, you had it very simple with Legend, and that felt good. It just needed to be longer. So they could have made a Legend 2, you know? And we were supposed to get that Lara back, but it's in development hell. Oh, that's always fun. It's always fun. And then next thing you know, it's gonna get canceled. Like, I still can't believe that Star Citizen has still people investing money in it. Like, that is, to me, so baffling. I'm like, they have screwed you over. Like, anyone that's paid money into that, they've screwed you over out of your money so much, and you still are giving them money. Where is it? Is it supposed to be right here? Is it underneath this ice? I don't see it. Okay, can you guys like move out of the way, please? Okay, it was somewhere over here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was right there. Spiritwood Plank. All right. You guys can come again. You can come with me again. They tried making Underworld based on the story of 3 again, with different location stuff, and it just didn't work out. Well, it wasn't really the locations that bothered me, but I feel like they kind of changed how she played. Like how, I don't know, the movement and the gameplay and stuff like that, like it just kind of bothered me. They just, I remember like they just did too many things. I remember because I remember the first part of it is where you go into that tomb where there's that like giant octopus that's like protecting the wall and stuff like that. And I remember like going through that tutorial because that's like the area where they like show you all these things. And it's like for an hour, they're just like introducing these different things that you can do. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm still learning like new things that I can do. And like there's too much happening. And it just made the puzzles feel like way too weird. Okay, there's Captain Sargon. That's who we're looking for. Meritorious? I don't know what meritorious means. The breach, at last. Now fortify our defenses to within tolerable parameters. It's good to see you, friend. There's a lot more destroyers than we were led to believe. We've been fighting night and, well, down here, more night. Cease your incessant jabbering, is what Jab said. You minuscule-eared dolts. Did you not hear that? The destroyers are coming. And Sargon says, let our hammers speak for us, and dwarves to arms. And Zab says, entrust the broken traps to me. I shall consign you to impede the destroyers. Even primitive bipeds have a use. Okay. So we have to defend them against the destroyers. That's our mission right now. I bought 3 10K ships. They changed how they moved in the original Tomb Raider 2 and 3. People loved it and worked there. It was unnecessary and it's like they felt obligated to change how she moved and stuff just because the original 3rd game. Well, I feel like they did it because they were just like, okay, well, this is the next game, so we need to add new things. We need to add new mechanics, and we need to add new blah, 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 blah. And it was just like, no, you don't. You can just keep it the way it was. It's fine. Not everything... Not every new game needs to reinvent the wheel every time, you know? But yeah, I mean, Star Citizen is like so bad, and people are still buying into it, and people are still, like, I still get comments on much of my, on many of my videos, around like freelancer and stuff like that, where people are like, oh, Star Citizen, you know, it's playable, and da 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 da. It's like, I have not played it myself, not once, but I've heard the horror stories, and I don't need to play it myself to find out the horror stories. Okay? I don't. Alright, so the traps are working for us, by the way. Nice. It's like they wish I was that guy in the office that's like, maybe just don't. Just don't. Yeah, I know. I'm always that person. That's why I'm always hated at every, not hated, but like bosses don't like me necessarily because most bosses don't like hearing no. And I love saying no. Oh my God, it is like so good. I love just like when my boss says something, I'm like, no. Just no. Alright, these destroyers are tough, but they're just, I don't know. They're just kind of annoying rather than tough, honestly. Okay, there's the boss now. The music changed. The music has changed. Yeah. Damage to all of you. And boom, done. I'll just get rid of the rest. Ooh, we got 20 armor. That's good. That's really nice. I think that should be it. I think, right? Like the boss spawning, that's usually the end of that. The end of the onslaught. Yeah, there it is for sure. Alright, we're not gonna open the chest yet. I have a lot of treasures still to find. I'm gonna kill these guys real quick. There's a lot of hidden treasure around, so I want to get that. Captain Sarkis says that battle was well fought. Wait, that battle was well fought by most anyone. This small one is more talk than action, I dare say, but we appreciate your aid. We can handle the rest. And then Zap says, I take solace in the knowledge that my tribulations are coming to an end. For lesser beings, your performance was acceptable. Now, let us exuent. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get that chest in a minute. Alright, it was behind me. It's somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. I'm gonna let you guys stand over there. It's not like it's a defiance thing. It's just like none of what is asked to be done needs to be done, and we're talking about games. Well, that or like, you know, it's like, oh, it's over here. Ooh, lockpick, nice. That's value right there. I can open this lock chest. Look at this. Look at the how that worked out, and we got rid of our lockpick again. Great. Armor penetration. Enchantments last longer. Damage flags. That's kind of nice. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like it's more of a thing. Like, you know, I talk about bosses, but it's like if you can't give me a reasoning, like a good reason for why you're doing something or you want me to do something or whatever, then why should I be doing it, right? Like I always tell people, this is like something where it's so interesting. I always tell people, like, when someone has a thought or something at work or something, you know, and they're just like, oh, this and this and this, I always tell them, and I always say the same thing, and you can ask other people, like, other people have known me to say this, like, I literally will say, like, take that thought to the end. Like, most people don't finish their thoughts. They have, like, an idea, or they want to do something, or whatever it is, and they just kind of, like, they're just like, yeah, okay, cool. And I'm always like, no, just think it through. Think it all the way to the end. What's gonna happen if you do this? What are the consequences, or what is the thing that's gonna happen, or whatever, you know? All right, I got all of these, so I'm gonna get this real quick. And what I don't know who I need to see. Okay, I need to see all run. Okay, so we finished that. I'm gonna kind of venture around here and see if there's some hidden treasure for the next 3 minutes, so that way, I can do something while I'm hanging out here. 5 armor, protection staff. I mean, it's not that great of a. Like, I don't know if there's anything down here. If you guys remember in the original mission, we had to come down here. I don't know if there's anything down here or not. There's not. So we're fine. We're good. Empty calories. Same if you go opposite way and remove a feature in a game that wasn't affecting anything for being there. You just remove flavor for some random arbitrary reason. Yeah, I mean, it's like making a game too simple or too complex. You know, you gotta find a good balance. You gotta find a good balance between, like, systems and things that you want to have in there. And then if you're making a sequel to something, you always want to think about, like, you know, what were the things that worked? What do we need to improve? or do we need to change something about something, you know? And it's like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes those steps get kind of mixed up a bit. I think I have a hair in my mouth. My 1,000th brand complaint tending towards, you know, removing the way you learn skills and weapons. Um, I guess, I don't know. It was always felt kind of strange to me. Like the whole system of how they had, like, back in the day, you had to like buy traits. Like you had to buy your way into being able to allot traits and stuff like that. You know, I don't know if I missed that. I don't know if I missed that too much. Um, I feel like if they were to add that in or have something like that, I feel like it would need to have some tweaks to it. Not just where it's like randomly at a certain level you unlock, because the thing is, like, because they had it like they had it the latest iteration of that when they had made change. I think they had made changes to it, but the last one was where certain levels you would unlock certain skills, and they still do that, I think. On like new accounts and stuff like that, you still like have to unlock, like you have to level up in order to get more of the weapon skills. But it kind of feels weird because then you go on another weapon and all of a sudden you have all of those slots available, right? Like you have, like, I wish it was like per weapon you have to defeat a set amount of enemies and gain new skills. Like, you know, it's like you gain skill 2 when you defeat 10 enemies, okay, and then you gain with that weapon, right? And then you gain skill 3 if you defeat like another 20 enemies, right? And you have to defeat 30 enemies in order to get that, right? And you kind of go through and you learn each weapon, right? Like, I wish it was more of that of a system where it's actually like per weapon and not per level, because that kind of feels weird to me. Because it's like I could go through as an elementalist and use like scepter focus for the first, like, you know, 15 levels or whatever, and then all of a sudden I get a nice staff drop, and I'm like, oh, I've never used the staff, and I put it on and I now have 5 skills available, and I'm like, oh my god. And I have like different elemental attunements that I can you know, cycle through, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't this is like overwhelming at that point, right? Because you have all of these new skills.
Who
So,
goes there?
all right, you've done well. With luck and some strong dwarven arms, we'll be able to deal with these destroyers permanently.
Are you
All right,
hunting
cool.
something?
So we did another dungeon, you guys. Boom, Raven's Point done. I don't even know what comes next. Oh my god, I closed it. I closed the side. Ooh, okay, so we're now, oh, guys, we're now moving to the Asuran territory of dungeons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that were in the, you know, human / char conflict, you know, Blood Legion homelands, right? Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Norn, and now we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Asuran. Is that right? How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-ish. Okay, so the last 3 are kind of janky, and we're gonna kind of have to figure that out. But we're doing Floxen, not Floxen, Floxen excavations, which is, what is that? That's not here, right? No. No. That's like, that's this one right here, right? Yeah. Okay. um. But I like the slow filling bar to 100 when learning skills on the bar for weapons. I hate learning skills based on level. Makes people will get to level 10 too fast, and then they try a new weapon and suddenly they're overwhelmed, and now you have 5 new skills instantly. We're on the same page. That's what I'm talking about. The new way is so boring and can be overwhelming for new players. They literally use it. They literally used to have it per weapon with a percentage bar. It felt great. This is the one feature I'd want back if they ever did a Guild Wars 2 Classic. Also, side-by-side cutscenes were more painterly during alpha beta of Guild Wars 2. Be nice if that was brought back. I don't really remember them being more painterly. I don't know. That might be just me not remembering. Don't know why they removed that. Also, Vistas used to have a name come up in Tiny Lore. So you're touching on a few things that I really wish they would bring back. So first of all, when you move to different maps, you would get lore underneath. There was like a paragraph of lore underneath that you'd get. I don't know why they removed that. Like you would get lore about the location that you go to, right? And I kind of miss that because I don't know. I always love that you're kind of setting people up to have certain expectations when they go into a map that way, right? Where you're just like, oh, okay, this is what happens here. Got it. You know, and that's kind of cool. I love that, right? Like, that's why it was one of the reasons why I made the regional lore series the way that I made it, right? Because I feel like many new people that jump into the game, they don't really understand what each region really represents in the world of Guild Wars. Because I feel like ArenaNet, like, you know, and I don't know, you know, I don't know if that's true, but it kind of feels like they build a lot of these things and it changed a lot of things because many of their player base, the majority of their player base were Guild Wars 1 veterans, and they already knew, like, oh, we already know what this region is about. We already know what this is about. But I'm thinking, like, new players that come into the game, they don't really know what it means when you go to certain places. You know, it's like I miss that. I miss having the little like info bar on the bottom of moving to a new area, where you can just kind of like read about the map that you're going to. You know, it just kind of, I feel like it's world building, right? And it's like it kind of, you know, I don't know. It just, like I said, I feel like it helps a little bit with immersion, being able to like know what kind of stuff you're running into. You know, what you're kind of doing. Oh, I have a glob of ectoplasm. I didn't even know that. I have a monster's eyeball. I have some destroyer cores. That's always nice. And the rest I can sell pretty much. Yeah, the rest I'm gonna sell. And then the other thing you talked about was so the side-by-side conversations. I really hated. I was one of those people that I remember when everyone was like, get rid of those. Those look so janky when there's like creatures that aren't humans when they talk, you know, like the Hylac and the Coden and the like, you know, when the Orion monsters were in there, it looked unnatural the way that they were talking with their mouths and stuff like that. A lot of people really hated that and they were like, get rid of those. You know, I think that ArenaNet should have done a mix between the two, right? Like, I think when it's a group conversation and you have a lot of people, then you want to have what we do now, where you just kind of have people talking and stuff like that. But if it's a one-on-one, it would be really nice to have the two people on screen. You know, if it's like a heart-to-heart, like when we talk to Kate, for example, in like many instances, you know, where we're in the, like, when we drop off the egg and they're protecting the egg, right? And it's like, she waits outside because she's like, well, that's my wild hunt and I kind of want to take care of. We have the heart-to-heart about how she stole the egg and stuff like that. It would have been really cool to have that heart-to-heart where both characters are on screen with a nice background of like the sanctum or whatever, that hall where the egg is kept. Like, that would have been really nice to have that, right? And it kind of gets you more in the feels, you know, because they like lower all the music all around. Like they play like specific music when you're in those conversations and stuff like that, and it would make it feel more heartfelt, right? And it's like, because it's a heart-to-heart and you're kind of like talking to this person about like some deep stuff, you know, where she talks about like, you know, it's Mordremoth's voice and my wild hunt and like all these things were tearing at me and I had to make this decision. And a lot of people laugh it off because we're just kind of hanging out in front of her and we can like you know, dance naked in front of her while we have this conversation, and it doesn't feel heartfelt, you know? So I think there's certain situations where they could have kept the side-by-side conversations and not completely removed them. I hated that they completely removed them. I get that there's certain times, like I said, when you're fighting monsters and stuff like that, they don't need to be in a side-by-side comparison conversation thing. I feel like it was overdone in the personal story in that sense, but I think there's still a place for it. I think there definitely is a place for that. Gandaren feels map loading lore could literally explain the whole Nightmare Tower situation depending on if the player has done season 1 yet or not. Yeah, for example, that's a great idea. I love that. Harathi Interlands lore on the whole ongoing Centaur war. And that's exactly it. Like, people that go to Harathi Interlands, they don't understand that it's literally the main area of where the centaurs are fighting against the humans, right? I pointed that out in my video, in my Kryta video, in my Kryta lore video, but I did that because I feel like that's not something that's ever really explained to the player, right? People don't understand that, like, oh, there is a war going on with the centaurs. Like, it's not just the first instance of the game where you just fight some random centaurs, and yeah, you know, the centaurs are like, you know, if you're an MMO player and you come into Guild Wars 2, you just think like, oh yeah, centaurs are just a kind of enemy that's like, you know, they're roaming around, they're attacking humans or whatever, and it's kind of a problem. Like, no, there's an ongoing war that's been going on for like hundreds of years, okay? And it's like right now it's culminating in the battle at Harathi Interlands, right? Harathi Interlands is such a missed map too, because you don't really have to go there, and it doesn't lead anywhere else but right back to the maps that you come from. Right, so kind of like there's not really a drive to go there. You might go there if you want to level up or something, but it would just kind of put a little bit more importance, because when you go to the map and all of a sudden it talks about, oh my god, this is the area where the war is kind of like coming to a head, and there's a world boss here and stuff like that, people might find more inclined to like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll hang out in this map and maybe I'll see if I can't like defeat these centaurs and kind of like get more info on the Centaur War or whatever, you know? It's like, I really like that. They literally removed it to do laziness. That's it, pure laziness. I mean, is it pure is that really, like, is it that simple to explain, to just say they were lazy and they just took that away because? That seems so weird to me, if I'm honest. Kind of seems really strange. Really doesn't cost much to create the side-by-side. I just think in certain situations it would really it would really enhance the moment, you know, heart to heart. Like when we're talking, when we're having, like, imagine the last conversation that we have with Aurene, you know, it's in the sun is setting, we're sitting right outside the cave, down in by the beach, you know, in Saitong province or whatever, you know. It's like we sit there and we're talking to her. It would be really nice to have the side by side a little bit, with like a really cool background of, like, you know, they're like the sunset or something like that in the background, and we just have like a heart to heart with Aurene. It just seems kind of weird that I have to like sit there and manipulate the camera to like look up at her face, and like I kind of like move around to position everything so I can see my character next to her and kind of get this like cinematic feeling from it, you know. It's just kind of weird. I think it would have been nicer to have a side by side. I get that she's a big dragon and stuff like that, but she can communicate telepathically with us, so she could just be sitting there and just like move around her head and just kind of like whatever, and we talk to her, but she's talking through us, through our mind, and she doesn't even have to move her mouth, you know. For people really didn't like that, but I think it added a little bit of this, again, a little bit more immersion and a little bit more, you know, I feel like many people that play through the story now, they don't pay attention to the story. They don't care. Many people, they just run ahead, or they miss a dialogue thing or something because they didn't listen to it. The other thing that it helps with, mind you, those are skippable cutscenes. Okay, right now, all of the dialogue, you know, from like season 1 on, right, all of the dialogue is unskippable. You have to sit there and you have to, actually season 2 had a lot of skippable stuff because they didn't have it voice acted. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't voice acted in season 2. But from season 2 on, you know, like, you can't skip through any of it. You can skip the cinematics, but they are so far and few between, but you have to listen to all of the dialogue. So if I'm the veteran that's playing through this content with 135th character, I don't want to listen to the dialogue. So having the side-by-sides would help with that, because you could just skip that. The heart-to-heart that I have to have with Keith every time we drop off the egg there, I can just click skip down below, right? You can just skip that cinematic, right? It would help. It would help with the flow of playing through that 100 billion times, you know, if you make a new character or whatever and you want to get through the story or whatever, you know. So I think I think that is one thing that ArenaNet needs to kind of look at and understand, that there's like, again, it's kind of in the same sense of how we talked yesterday about the skills and stuff. It's like, you know, there's multiple purposes to certain things, you know. It's not just like one thing. I agree with you, but then there's a conversation when on that asteroid between time and space with Bram, and I don't think that would do well with side by side. And they could pick and choose when they do a side by side. You know, I mean, I don't know. I think it would still do well having a side by side with Bram up there. I think it would still do well if you have like a nice background or whatever. They could still do it, but they could pick and choose the moments where they use that. You know what I mean? I think there's certain moments where it's appropriate and certain moments where it's not appropriate. You know, when I go to the Eye of the North and I want to have a conversation with like what's her name, Timey, right? With like Timey, or you know, any of the other characters there, I always have to like position my character, you know, especially when you have like, it's a new release. I remember there was one time where there was a new release and everyone had to go talk to Timey in the Eye of the North. I think that might have been when End of Dragons came out or something, right? And it's like, that's where we had to go to talk to them. We had to like talk to Timey and what's the other guy's name? What's the other sir's name? I forgot his name. But anyways, so you have like, it kind of takes you out of it because you have 50 other player characters that are standing there having the same conversation. Many of them are jumping up and down, and then there's like, you know, many of them are like, you know, they're the big like the big frog people, right? Forgot the name, the Nuhawks, right? They transform into Nuhawk with like a balloon in their hand, right? And they're standing and they're hopping in place, right? Completely taking me out of what's happening, right? They're maybe using skills, they're maybe doing things, they're dancing, they're playing like instruments, they're playing whatever. I can't hear what the character is saying because all this other stuff is going on. My attention is like on all these other things that's going on. I'm not paying, you know. It would be really nice to like, when I approach her, the conversation starts and the screen fades out and we have a side-by-side conversation, right? With like Timey sitting on her chair and I'm standing next to her and I can focus on what's happening, right? Because this is many times when those releases come out, you know, the very first conversation that you have is a lot of exposition. They're telling you what happened in the interim, what happened since the last time we played. You know, there's a little bit of time that went by, right? And it's like, oh, this happened and this happened and da, 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 da. So there's important information that we're getting from this. And you know, it would just help to have that side-by-side conversation. And again, I can just skip it if I don't want to listen to it. I can just hit the button, skip it, and just jump right into the expansion or the release that's coming out and just go right to the map, right? The conversation that you have with Pookie with the latest release. When you go, right before you go to the Mistburn Barrens, you stand out by the bay, by Thunder Bay or whatever it's called. You're standing out there and you have this conversation with him. It would be really nice to have a side-by-side conversation with him. And then again, you can just skip that. You don't have to listen to it because nothing happens while you're there. There's nothing to look at. It's a map that we've been on for 3 months now. Like, there's nothing interesting about that. You just have this conversation real quick and then you jump on the boat, right? Again, would be really nice to have that as a skippable conversation because it's just two characters talking with each other. Having a small conversation that's really not that super important, just talks about how you always wanted to sail and blah, 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 you know? So I don't know. I think there's definitely value in those, for sure. Definitely. It works well when you're just two of you on a rock looking out at space. So yeah, if it did it on a base by base basis, would be nice. But I remember you don't like Bram, so that convo with him on the rock doesn't matter. Flutter reflect. I mean, it really is like that. Okay, so Bram, I'm not a fan of Bram. I've talked about this many times, so I do like the heart-to-hearts that we have, because again, it kind of deepens my connection to these other characters. Whether I like them or not, you know, they're part of the story. They're important. Like whether or not I like Bram, he's very important to the story in the long run. You know, But I just think my bond with these, my understanding of these characters, you know, because they use like the emotes and stuff like that, but I feel like when this is happening on screen, it doesn't really settle in. But if it happens in the side-by-side conversations, I would feel more like, okay, I don't know, I feel like I could understand the feelings a little bit more. And yeah, it's super annoying when you have all these characters running around, you know, and all wanting to do the same thing, and you're all just standing around and you can't even see who you're talking to. Like I know I have had times where, like, I don't even know who the character is that I'm talking to, because there's all these nameplates, all these characters standing on one spot, all this stuff is happening, you know, everyone looks like their own solar system because they just have like planets floating about them, and this, you know, and they're all like glowy with all these infusions and all these things going on, and you can't even see what's happening on screen. Like, that's not a good introduction to any release of anything, you know what I mean? So that's kind of my rant. All right, let me just drink a little bit. Is this what I need to do? Oh my god, I dropped my bottle on the ground. Hold on, let me look again to see if this is I need to do the excavation, dredging the pass. Yeah, so this is this guy. Okay, so we have to help the dredge. Remember, the dredge were enslaved by the Stone Summit. The Deldrimor dwarves didn't have those slaves. It was just the Stone Summit. But then the defeat of the Stone Summit at Thunderhead Peak has kind of started to like lessen their forces. They have now moved to the Far Shiver Peaks, and they're more out here. But they're still keeping some prisoners of the dredge, but the dredge are not kind of fighting back. So I recently escaped from the most terrible of places. We were moved there after adventurers destroyed the Iron Forgeman and Sorrow's Furnace. So that is actually a storyline that we didn't actually do, because I played through all of the story. But one of the first releases post releases that came out, from Prophecies, when the first game of Guild Wars came out, when Prophecies came out, one of the first things they released after was Sorrow's Furnace, which was this little, you had to do multiple expeditions into it. There was multiple quests that you had to do, go into the Sorrow's Furnace and do something. At the very, very end of it, I think there was like 8 different quests that you had to do or something like that, something crazy like that. You had to like go in and do this and do that and do. At the very end of it, you had to go in and defeat the Iron Forgeman. Now, the Iron Forgeman is exactly what you think. It's the it's the same. It's almost the same battle as the one that you fight in the Sorrow's Embrace dungeon in Guild Wars 2. It's just the first fight that we ever do. But yeah, so this is literally talking about the player character. Molainen escaped from Sorrow's Furnace, or he escaped from a place after the Iron Forgeman was destroyed by us. Near here lies an excavation led by an evil necromancer named Belloc. The earthquakes tore open an ancient crypt where Belloc hopes to harness the power of an ancient lich. His taskmasters work my brothers till they are no more. Please help us poor dredge reunite the Moletariat and rise again in unstoppable numbers. You must free my people. I ho, off to the world we go, I think was the response there. This is silly. So we go in and we have to go not to the falls, remember. So that was, remember how I told you guys that many of the dungeons are like transitional spaces, so they lead from like one place to another. So this, you know, if we go here, we can get to Flox's Falls, right? We did that in the story, so that brings us to like Flox's Falls over here. But that's not what we're doing now. We're actually going through the actual dungeon. So you guys will see this is a familiar place. And ooh, there's actually treasure here. So when we came through the first time, we didn't have this ability, but now we do have it. Every time we discuss the dwarves, I'm reminded of that terrifying scream yell during Forging Steel mission in Icewood Saga, and that female char is like, "What the hell was that?" A great moment. You know what? I think I remember what you're. I think I know what you're talking about. It doesn't. It doesn't. It sounds familiar, but it's been a long time since I've done that. Any of that content. I still want to do a playthrough of Guild Wars 2 story again. I don't know. Play through the content because it's been a long time since I played through all of the content, and now with season 1 having been like restored by like 80% of it, you know. Oh my god, scouts are coming from behind. I want to get rid of this guy. He is helping us team too much. There we go. Also, that mission with them flirting and talk about secretions, loot that mission had them. That had the dwarfs flirting? I don't remember that. And secretions and stuff? I don't remember that at all. Ooh, we got a goose. We got a ghost friend, and we have the map here. So you guys can see there's a boss key and a boss log, and it brings us to level 2 down there. Alright, off we go. The char in the same mission? Huh, I don't remember that. Maybe, I mean, it'll probably come back to me if I ever play it again, but I haven't played it in a long time. Alright, let's get these guys out of here, because they're healing, they're doing Song of Restoration, we don't need that. Please attack these guys, I don't know where we're all over there. Fungal Bloom, that's what I need to attack. Fungal Bloom! Alright, I do love the way that the fungal enemies are in Guild Wars 1. I wish we had more of those. What happens if I go this way? I want to go this way. I haven't gone this way in a long time. Off we go. Hey, welcome. Hi, Celestro. How are you? Welcome, everyone. How are we doing? Oh, God. Thanks for the raid. How's everyone doing? Ain't was the horniest. Oh, Zeronia. Oh my god, Zorenia. Can't read. How are you guys? Welcome everyone. How are we doing? I can't do any shoutouts because my bot is not up to snuff yet. I haven't done a lot of it. Oh my god, there was a boulder. I was not paying attention. Half my team is dead, including me. Oopsies. There's a boulder. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome everyone. What did we play? What were we doing? Guild Wars 2, or were you guys doing something else? Honestly, ArenaNet was the horniest during this last expansion. I cannot believe how horny everyone was for the bears. Okay, everyone wanted to be with the bears. My dwarven ghost friend is dead. No. Where did he die in the group here? Yeah, there he is. I'm sorry, my friend. I was not paying attention. Split Fiction. Nice. I don't know that game. I was doing COVID, so it makes sense. Yeti was at the end of COVID. Yeah, I don't know. I still think the horniest was like this expansion. Magical mushrooms. Oh boy, this is like a whole different area now. Oozes. Humans by nature get hornier, want to breed when we're in danger or feel in danger of dying as a species. I feel like that might be true for like animals. I don't know if that's like I don't know. Sounds like an excuse just to have just random sex all the time. Like, I'm constantly feeling the danger of being eradicated from this planet, so I just need to have as much sex as possible. We're playing Split Fiction. It was a great stream. Nice. That's the community. It's like It Takes Two, same creators. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know It Takes Two. I did watch a playthrough of that. Okay, that's cool. And that's fun. It's cool that they that we have games like that now, where it's like a co-op game, but you can like, I don't know, like split screen co-op where you help each other. I don't know. I love that. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate it. I don't know if it's like what are games like that like from like back in the day? Did we have games like that back in the day that were like It Takes Two, or is that like a new genre of games? I don't even know. Treasure. Okay, there's a treasure here. We have Snap over there. I'm gonna talk to Snap. I meant the writing itself was horny as hell. I mean, you know, we went on a date with like Kanak and stuff. You know, it's like, you know, I hated it. I'm just like, why do we need to make it so horny? You know, just doesn't need to be that way. I don't need to be going on a date with these characters. I really don't care. Don't care to do that. Hello. What do you have?
Excuse me.
I am hungry for power. Help me claim these tunnels as my own. When I take control, I'll put a huge sign that says Flame Crack Tunnel, 5 gold toll, and then I'll be rich as a king. Okay, maybe a prince. Well, at least a wealthy butler. Anyway, in exchange for 5 stone summit. Got it. Okay. Weirdo. Oozes. Hi, Oozes. What Oozes? Yeah, follow my friends, you guys. Anyone that's on YouTube, make sure you go on, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you go check out their channels too. They stream all the time together. I always see you guys streaming together, which is really cool. I love that. I'd love to have someone to play Split Fiction with. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying. In Split Fiction, there's a sci-fi side and fantasy side. They really do an amazing job. Oh, that's cool. I love that. That's actually really cool. Huh. Amazing job. Got a raid and run, but I hope you have a great stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. Whoever's only been the creators of It Takes Two and Split Fiction have done this, really? That's kind of, I hope that, because I think both of those games, I know that It Takes Two was like pretty popular and successful. I'm hoping that other people will jump on that and come up with some really cool like co-op games where you like work together. There was some other games. What was the there was the oh man, what was that game? Oh man, I'm trying to remember. It was a side scroller with like wizards and stuff. Oh look, we have some dredged slaves here. We can rescue them. What was that called? It was like the wizard, and you had like a wizard. It was a wizard and like a soldier and a lady. I think she was like an archer lady. Wow, all of the dredge didn't die. I thought they died. I forgot what it was called, but that was kind of like that. They made like 3 of those, I want to say. I forgot what they have a healer, the Stone Summit healer there. I was like, why is nothing dying fast? Oh, the dredge slaves are dying. Yeah. Go, pet army, do your thing. Destroy them all. It switches between 3D side scroll and all sorts of angles, very creative puzzles and stuff. Was it arcade? No, it wasn't that old that it was like arcade. It was definitely newer. It was like in 2010s it came out. Oh my god, what was it called? That's something with a T. Something with a T. I can see the like box art of it, but I don't remember. God, why can't I remember? I'm going this way. I'm going the way I'm supposed to go. There's a new game that just came out with a talking gun. Voiced by the dudes from Rick and Morty. That would have been interesting if they made it to co-op. One person. What? What is this game? The other controls like holding the gun. It would have been hilarious. That's weird. I've not heard of this. What is this? Oh my god, what is it? What is the game? It has like a weird generic, like, it's a fantasy game, and it's like a side scroller, but you can kind of like help each other. It's like a co-op game. You like play together, and I think you can play it with up to like 3 or 4 people or something. Can't think of it. So there's treasure around here. Let me go for that. Treasure, reveal yourself to me. Ah. I got 28 gold. Really not worth it going after all of these. Can you guys finish them already? You guys are taking way too long. Both summer learned those arcadey, unsure. Trine! Yes, Trine, that's the one. Trine. I knew it was something with a T. Yeah. Trine, that's what I'm talking about. And that was kind of like that, right? Like you could like, I remember the wizard could summon like those boxes or whatever, and you could jump on the boxes and like solve puzzles like that. And you had to do like different puzzles together. I mean, obviously it's probably not as involved as like It Takes Two or Split Fiction or something, but it was kind of in that same sense, I feel like. I've tried 1, 2, 3, and 4. I didn't know they made a 4th one, but everyone has to buy their own copies of Trine. Oh, really? I didn't know they made a 4th one. I do know that they made 3. I remember when the 3rd one came out. Okay, so we have an army of Stone Summit here, and the chests are in the middle. Do they have a healer? What's going on here? How are they surviving? We just need to focus. We must focus. Yeah, Trine are excellent games, comedic and puzzle engagement. Yeah, I always loved them. I think I played through the first one, and then I think I maybe I don't know. Do I even own any of them? What did I play them on? Wait, they're not on Steam, are they? Hold on. They are, and I don't own any of them. When did I play them? Oh my god, there's a Trine 5. The Clockwork Conspiracy. It's such a beautiful game. The Ultimate Collection includes all 5 games for $93. You get Trine Enchanted Edition, Trine 2 Complete Story, Trine 3 The Artifacts of Power, Trine 4 The Nightmare Prince, and Trine 5 A Clockwork Conspiracy. Interesting. I cannot believe they made 5 of those games. There's even a 5th one, I just don't own it yet. They're on Steam. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know where I played those. Maybe I got those for like the PlayStation at some point. I probably got them for PlayStation at some point. Ooh, I get all the treasure, hidden treasure. Oh, I'm excited for tomorrow because I'm really hoping, I'm hyping myself up that we're gonna get a teaser tomorrow for the new release, okay? Just to bring it back to Guild Wars a little bit. I'm hoping that we're getting some kind of teaser tomorrow for it. All right, die already, Taskmaster Durgan. Bosky, give me that Bosky. All right, we move on to the next stage. I don't have a lock. This way. Is there any treasure around? Didn't see. All right, we're gonna go. Like, look at this. Only in Guild Wars 1 will you snake around like that. In Guild Wars 2, this would be like, I'm hopping my sky scale and I'm flying all the way down the cave. That's how it goes in Guild Wars 2. Open the door. Yay, I do love the doors. They do look very ornate. Trash. A lot of enemies. Go for the healer. Kill that healer. Kill it. Have a good night. Thank you so much for this for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. 3 more hours to get our food stamps recharged and go to Walgreens. It's the only place open past midnight. Wow. That's depressing. I mean, not depressing. Actually, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know why it's that. It sounds a little depressing, you know. Like, it's never fun. The thing is, it's never fun to sit there and wait on your food stamps to come through. Like, it sucks. I was so excited when I was able to, like, I don't know, there was this moment in time where, you know, I was on food stamps for a long time, and you know, I hated it, right? Like, I was kind of embarrassed by it, and I was like, man, I hate it. But I was thinking, I'm like, you know, so many other people are in the same situation, and they just, like, whatever, they just deal with it, you know. But then there was this little bit of, like, when I finally got off of it, right, I was just kind of like, man, you know, they wouldn't give me, like, they gave me, like, they were like, yeah, we can give you like $20 a month. I'm like, okay, well, that's not helping, because I started making too much money, you know. But there was this little bit of, like, relief, I guess, a little bit where I'm like, okay, well, you know, it kind of, like, I make okay money now. I mean, enough money to, like, support myself to the point where I don't need the government's help. You know, and I leave it for other people, you know, because it's like other people need it more than I do right now, you know. So there was a little bit of that. With flavor, got water, but man, yeah, I get that feeling. Sometimes you want something different. I sometimes go out and buy like lemonade or orange juice or something for my house because I only have water. But then you guys know I put my Crystal Light in there too. You know, I always put Crystal Light in my water because pure water is just so boring. Alright, we're at level 2. And there's so many Stone Summit dwarves everywhere. Alright, well, go. Kill those Stone Summit. Go, pet army, do your thing. Ooh, I leveled up. I could call Ritlock. Are we, let's see. How much is there in level 2? Powder keg, master gear, gearbox, 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 gearbox. Dungeon gate, dungeon key. I might summon Ridlock. Let's hang out with Ridlock. Alright, Ridlock. So we got a master gear right here, and there's a gearbox. Okay. So master gears go in gearboxes. Let's watch this happen. Boom. Look at those beautiful gears. Excuse me, sir. Can you get out of the way? I'm trying to watch the gears do their thing. Alright, let me go up to the beacon. I didn't do that. I forgot to do that. I'll never stop drinking Coca-Cola with the way our money works. I drink like maybe once a week. Oh, yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I can't. It's too sugary. Like I love sugar. I love sugar. Like I love sugar. But specifically when it comes to sodas, I've really lost the taste for them. Okay. Why did that not appear earlier? Did I not use the skill earlier? I thought I did. Okay. Well, whatever. We're gonna uncover that. Sour candies, some chippies. What are your favorite chips? What's everyone's favorite kind of chips? So I like to get like I like to go kind of boring, and I like to get lockpicks. Do we have a chest anywhere? There's a no. I'm a fan of, where was the other treasure? It was somewhere over here, wasn't it? I don't remember. I'm gonna fight this group real quick. I am kind of boring. I like ruffles, like the like sour cream and cheddar or whatever they are. I like those. Those are usually the ones that I go for when I get chips. If I get any kind. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my go-to. I like Lay's as well. Like a little bit more on the boring side, but like regular old Lay's. Even if they even the baked ones, the baked glaze, the Lay's, those are nice. Point to the taste of soda itself, the fizz and the caffeine. Sour cream and cheddar are my usually go-to, or cheddar pretzel. I love French onion dip or sour cream. Yeah, the French onion is good with Ruffles. Ruffles are top tier. I do like I like Ruffles a lot. I like that they're like a little bit thicker, and you like really get that crunch when you bite into it. I'm like, yeah. And I love the flavor of them, so definitely good. Drake's? Why did it have to be Drake's? Which is, I think that's is that an Indiana Jones quote? Parody of a quote? I got the treasure though. I got 107 gold out of that. Is that? I don't think that's translatable text. That is too blurry. If Pringles have a sale, I prefer those because chips in general can be too greasy. Pringles are better for you. Well, the way they make Pringles is like very interesting because they don't make chips out of potatoes, but they like mash the potatoes and then they like make those into chips, and that's what Pringles is. Pringles are like chips made out of mashed potatoes or whatever, something like that. And I'm like, I don't know, I've always been kind of like, that's kind of weird. Okay, Gridlock is really doing a number on these people. I love that. Okay, you guys are just, oh, everyone got set free. Gridlock is dead. Awesome. Love that. Waste of a skill point there. Way too many enemies. Stop it. Everyone stop leaving bodies. They're making all these freaking... Get the Nashers. Snakes? I hate snakes. Yeah, why did it have to be snakes, right? Isn't that the quote? Cheez-Its? I don't like Cheez-Its. So I like Cheez-Its. What kind of Cheez-Its do I like? Someone brought me some Cheez-Its that I like. I don't like regular Cheez-Its because they taste like they taste very processed to me. So you get the cheesy taste, but then it tastes like almost like I'm chewing on plastic. I hate that. It's really crazy. Chex Mix, not a fan of Chex Mix. Usually not a fan of Chex Mix. I don't like nuts. I'm not a fan of nuts and stuff. Doesn't Chex Mix have nuts in them? that the one I'm thinking of? Or I'm thinking about... No, Chex Mix is the one that's like really plain, right? Where like everything is like really plain. I don't know. I do know that I don't like it. I don't remember exactly what's in it, but... I do remember that I didn't like it when I had it. There it is. You can see the flame. So when they're underwater, you can't see the fire that comes out of it. Where did it go? But you can see it a little bit. Right there. Do you guys see that pop up? So it's right underneath there. Kind of tricky. It's a little tricky. Ooh, we have a lockpick. And we lost the lockpick. I'm here for the treasure. I'm here for the treasure and the treasure only. 135 gold. I'll take that. The specific Pringles I used to like weren't made out of potato at all, but Pringles took it off the market for whatever reason. It was corn tortilla Pringles. Interesting. Never heard of those. Toasted Cheez-Its are nice and different, and then they have extra sharp cheddar ones. I think that's got honey with vanilla spiral cookies. Interesting. I'm kind of not a fan of mixing the sweet and salty together like that, but I get it. Like, I get it. That's what, you know, if people like that, but I'm not a fan of it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Meow, meow. Give me that cane. Oh my god, we have more oozes. Oozes everywhere. No nut. There's no nuts in Chex Mix. I should remember that. I should know that. I don't eat enough. I don't do the snack. I do. You know what I do for snacky foods? Does anyone else get those? I get the old Wisconsin turkey sausages. My sister and I love eating those fucking things. They're fucking delicious, dude. If you never had those, get them. They're so good. They're a little pricey. You could get the you know, great value, whatever. You know, you could get the Walmart brand of them or whatever. They taste almost the same. But yeah, those are delicious. Oh my god, those are so good. It's like I'm at a point right now where I'm trying to like kind of get off of those because I literally eat those all the time. Sweet and salty is like human cuisine. What do you mean? Well, it's not very like. Trust me, I grew up in Germany and we don't really mix our sweet and our salt and sweet and salty. That like we don't really. I like to keep that separated for the most part. It's the same with like, and I know I'm gonna get burned at the stake for this one, but I do not dip. I do not dip my fries in the ice cream or in the shakes. It's disgusting. It's not disgusting. I just find it weird. It's just a weird thing, okay? I don't do that. If you do that, it's fine. I just don't do that. I don't like it. Alright, let's kill these guys. Go for the healer. We have a dwarven ghost friend, so you can help us out. We have a Nasher. Go for the Nasher. Just gonna summon more of them. No wonder Germans are so mad. You some kind of alien, sir? Like getting the small bags of turkey pepperonis. Turkey pepperonis as a snack. Small bags of turkey pepperonis. I don't even know what the hell are turkey pepperonis. I mean, I prefer salami over pepperoni anyways, but if you're making out of turkey, sounds interesting. Is there something down here? Is there treasure down here? Reveal yourself. No treasure. Right. We'll just wander this way. That is back. Zalnax? Who the hell is Zalnax? They spelled that wrong. Look at that. It's spelled with an X, but the name is with a Z. Oh my god, I love that. Did you guys see that? I'm like, who the hell is Zelnags? And I look over, and there's a Zelnags, but it's spelled with like a Z, not an X. I like French fries dipped in a little dollop of honey. It's fantastic. Really? I have never tried that before. What is the Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Okay, where are these guys coming from? What is happening? Someone the other day. What were they dipping in honey? Someone the other day told me about something that they dip in honey. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, I dipped this in honey. Or I put honey on this or something. I don't remember what it was. Oh my god. It was at work. I remember we had this almost the same conversation we're having right now. And it was like, this person was like, yeah, it sounds weird, but it's delicious. And I was like, really? But French fries and honey? I kind of want to try that out. That sounds interesting. Definitely sounds interesting. All right, it's a spider. I think that's another. Is that another reference to like Indiana Jones or something? Having a spider like that. It's pepperoni made with turkey meat. It's better for you and quite delicious. Slices of pepperoni. Just gobble them up. If you ever get McDonald's, get French fries and ask them the little thing of pure honey and try it out, or whatever fast food place you like. See, I like okay. So what are your what's everyone's favorite fast food place like for French fries? What are your favorite like fast food French fries? Because I have a unique answer to that. I think most people will say McDonald's. McDonald's has really good ones. Like McDonald's, I really love them when they're made fresh and they have like a lot of salt on them. They salt them a lot. Oh, so good. So good. But they have to be made fresh because they get like so soggy immediately. Okay, so we did that. I'm gonna go this way. The Life Weaver is what I'm gonna go for because that's the healer of the group. Do that right in the middle. Wendy's is my favorite for fries? Really? Wendy's? I think Wendy's are some of the worst fries. If they're done, if they're freshly done, they're okay. They're not bad. But I don't think that they're, like, good. Like, they get cold really quickly. They're usually really mushy. Like, there's no crispness to them. They're always, like, really mushy and weird. And I don't know. I don't like those. Burger King ain't that bad. Yeah, actually, Burger King has kind of improved. I don't get fast food that often, but I have noticed myself getting Burger King more often in the last few years, and their stuff is kind of good. It works with any fast food fries, really. Applesauce? I don't know if I would do applesauce. Honey sounds interesting. Applesauce? But I don't like other food. So my favorite is from, oh my god, what's the place called? Checkers. Checkers French fries? Oh my god. They're so good. Checkers French fries are fucking delicious. Alright? And if you don't like them, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, Checkers French fries are fucking delicious, dude. Oh my god, it's like these seasoned French fries, and they're always crispy, and they're so good. Love them. Haven't had Checkers in years. I haven't had Checkers in so long. I don't eat fast food. I used to do fast food like once a month. Now I do it like once every 3 months. I get like fast food, maybe. Around where I live, they haven't done me wrong. I always find it so weird when people online switches and living in the same area as me complain about fast food. Maybe they're so picky. Wait, I mean, on my naughty list, I hate chicken Checkers fries. Really? Oh, I love their fries. They're so good. Yeah, I'm kind of lucky because, you know, I live in the like retirement community and all these old people, like, if not everything is perfect all the time, they bitch and complain, and the businesses around here know that. So all of the things around here are usually like really good. So like food and stuff like that is like usually like higher quality than other areas. So like I would even eat from a McDonald's here, which I would never do in like other places. But around here I'd probably eat from McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's besides their breakfast in probably over a decade. I don't know. I came from there. Went in a giant circle. Gearbox. Okay, is there? I guess there's like. Okay, they have treasure up there. So I gotta defeat these guys. Go, 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 go! Attack! Oh my god, these stupid interrupts from the Taskmaster. Oh my god, it is so beyond annoying. One of my Dwarven ghost friends is already dead. Didn't even notice when that happened. Go, kill this guy. So annoying. Hey, and they're helping. Nice. They're helping with the rest of the enemies. Awesome. Love that. Now we just need to clean them up. Master gear. Did I lose my I did lose my lockpick already. Roll of parchment. Alright. And I just need to use it one more time right here. I'm a fries purist, never liked them cooked the way Checkers does it. Grew up on McDonald's and Wendy's changed their fries in the past 3 years for the better, but I didn't mind the older way Wendy's did it. Most of people do like Checkers fries. Honestly, I might like Checkers fries if I dip them in honey. That's really funny. Coming full circle on that, huh? It's like if you dip them in honey, they might be your new favorite. I don't know. I feel like that would kind of go with the seasonings because they're these seasoned fries, you know. I know everyone is like hard for like Chick-fil-A's. I don't like Chick-fil-A's, like the waffle fries that they have. I'm not huge on them. I'm gonna be honest, not huge. They're not bad, but they're just like everyone's like, oh my god, waffle fries. I'm like, whatever. This is literally like a sliced potato that's fried. That's literally all it is. It just has some square holes in it. That's all it is. Waffle fries are my favorite. Whatever. I hate them. I don't hate them. That's too harsh of a word. I don't hate them. I like them. But I just think they're overrated. Overrated. I have a lot of accolades and awards. They're amazing where I am. Well, I don't know. I kind of you know, the whole anti-gay oh my god, the whole anti-gay agenda. Jesus, I mixed all of the words together there into one. Is kind of turns me off, so I don't go to Chick-fil-A ever. I don't ever go to Chick-fil-A. I think if you haven't had it, PBQ is pretty good. PBQ has some great fucking chicken tenders, you guys. Don't be missing out. PBQ is great. I have one around the corner from me, and it's not busy. People don't go there. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's delicious, dude. Oh my god. We might be so screwed. Is there a healer? There is 2 healers in there. Is that a healer? Oh, a healer came right to me. Go for that healer. Go for that healer. Go for that healer. Go for that healer. Yes, get him. Get him, get him. Nice. I need to go for this heal. Oh, there's 2 healers right there. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god. Alright, go assassin, do it. Yes. Good job. The assassin did a great job there. Boom. Get him, get him. Yeah. Okay, so now they don't have a healer anymore. Now we need to go for the Nasher. There's only 1 Nasher here. Works well enough for me. Perfect. And now just kill them. Do whatever you want. The food is delicious, but don't go there often because it's more expensive. Or the family don't like it for whatever reason. I shove my being trans in their face. They can't or don't do shit about it. Well, the thing is, the people that work there, they probably don't give a shit. Most of those people that work there, they just work there because it's a fucking job. You know, they don't work there because of the, like, mission. You know, so it's probably, I mean, it's like, I don't know. There's just something about it though, where I'm like, I really don't want to give a company like that food. And like I said, or money, not food, money, for their food. But I think that, like, if there is a better or an equivalent like option for me, I will go for that. Which the PBQ that I have by my house is closer than the Chick-fil-A, because the Chick-fil-A is like 20 minutes down the road. The PBQ is like 10 minutes down the road. So I'll always go with like PBQ, which is great. It's delicious chicken. If you guys haven't had it, it's delicious. I used to get it almost daily for a while. Oh, there's a treasure right in front of me. Love that. All right, well, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna kill these guys. It's fun as hell seeing their reaction with my flamboyant boys and get over dramatic with it. You'd be surprised how religious the people who work there and go there regularly are. Dressing up in suits and shit just to go to a fast food place. I know, I've seen that happen, and it's just the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, alright, whatever. Master gear. Oh, it's down here. It's so weird. Like, why do you have a master gear with from a group of enemies that's right next to where you need to place it? And it's a group of enemies you're gonna have to defeat anyways, because there's no way you could ever get through this without. It seems very arbitrary. It seems a little redundant to add that in, you know? Okay. Taskmaster Belloc is right there, you guys. The guy we've been looking for. Let's go for the healer here. Fight back, Dredge. We are here to release you from Dwarven bondage. Alright. So they're helping us now. One guy is not. He's just kind of like, whatever, we don't care. Yeah. There's some treasure around. Okay, this is the guy we have to defeat, right? Like, why is he already here? We have a whole nother level to go to. Alright, let's go for the Taskmaster, see what happens. Maybe he runs away. No, we killed him. Okay. Thank you for saving. Wait, you must listen. We were not forced to dig for gold or gems. These dwarves want something far more valuable than mere ore, and they will continue to mine despite your small victory. They're obsessed with, or perhaps possessed by, a malignant force that lies beneath. It promises power, but only delivers pain and suffering. Please, if you're willing, obtain Taskmaster Kirk's key and open the powder room to the northeast. Inside you'll find powder kegs you can use to access Zoldark's tomb. You've dug deep enough that a powder keg should be able to blast through the weakened walls. You must defeat the evil below, or we shall be enslaved forever. Zoldark, the evil. Alright, so we have a whole nother mission to go for here. What was the other... Oh, I revealed a Dwarven Ghost. Nice. Oh, PDQ. But nonetheless, I went, it was horrible, made me sick. Oh. Intros that are quite good. Five Guys? Ooh. I don't know. Five Guys? Again, they're soggy. They're like soggy potato noodles. Is there something right here? No. Soggy potato noodles is what they taste like to me. Not a fan of those. I mean, I don't know. When I go to Five Guys, I don't ever get fries when I go to Five Guys. It's too expensive. Fucking expensive as hell. Pay like $15 for like a burger, for like a regular cheeseburger. It's like, okay. Not drink, not fries, nothing included. It's just $15 for a burger, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm rethinking my life choices of coming here. I had a friend, and we would always get Five Guys together, but that was years ago. She's passed away since, but like we would get Five Guys all the time. Alright, kill these guys, get a powder keg, dude. The burgers are delicious, but like I said, I just find them super overpriced. I'm actually making burgers. I'm making burgers tonight. Actually, I have some burgers, and I don't know. I just like making burgers myself because I can add stuff that I want on there. You know. All right, powder keg. Was there treasure in here? Did I? Oh, I already grabbed that. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. 182 gold that I got out of that. Alright, let's make our way. Some men just can't handle Five Guys. Yeah, no, I can't do that in any sense of the word. So yeah, I agree with that statement. Treasure! Reveal yourself! I sling the friggin' powder keg around. Not a good idea to do that with an explosive in my hand. Open! Woo! We get to go inside and defeat Zoldark. Nothing here. Nothing here, nothing here. I was up there. No treasure, okay. Ooh, here they are, the forces of evil. Tomb Carver, Blade Master. Play a game while I wait for it to be 12. Have a good evening. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good evening. Just gonna go straight ahead. I mean, unless there's like treasure somewhere. I don't think so, though. I don't think so, mister. Why is there smoke underground? Is that a trap? It's time to defeat the evil. Talking about food, I know that probably did not help at all. I'm very excited, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm very excited for those burgers, though. So just drive that point home a little bit. There's a lever, Why is there a lever? For what? What does it do? The exit is that way, and it's open, so I don't know what the lever is for. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oh, is that for the traps? It's probably for the traps. Now that I think about it. Hold on, let's see. Poison traps disabled. Oh, where's Ember? Oh, she died over there. Bring her back. Welcome back, Ember. Whoa. 160. A lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Alright, let's move on to the next level. I'm excited for tomorrow. If we're getting anything tomorrow. I don't know. Treasure? Ooh, indeed. Alright. I was gonna go straight for the side room over here where we need to go, but I guess I need to take a little journey around the room. Petmaster, stop in your tracks. Stop right there, evildoer. Oh my assassin died already. I got a roll of vellum out of that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Alright. Ancient statue. Zaldark the Unholy. I wonder if there's some background to that character. Some evil coming up from the ground possessing people. You guys know what that sounds like. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you'll know that kind of sounds like the voice, right? Remember, we're in the mountains. We're fighting against dwarfs, right? And there is a dark lich-like creature that is possessing or influencing or manipulating the dwarfs somehow. Sounds very familiar. Reveal yourself. 128 gold. Oh, hi. So is there connection perhaps? Who knows? Deep within the earth of Tyria, it sounds like there's a lot of mystery still to be found. ArenaNet, would you give us an expansion that deals with that? Alright, Minion of Zaldark. Oh my god, he's a cute little guy, look at him. Sorry guys. Let me see the map here. Let's have a look. Okay. Usually the last boss, the last area of any, the last floor of any dungeon is usually a lot smaller than the rest of them. Oh, I was just coming up to the area map too. It's okay, we still have 43 of those. I am not missing those. Ooh, I love this dungeon set. Yeah, this is so cool. You have these like old pyramids and stuff like that with these floating magical rocks and stuff. Like, what is that? It's the floaty rock. Yeah, I love the idea of being like inside of this like structure, this pyramid structure or whatever, underground. It's pretty cool. All right, let's actually do some fighting here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out after this dungeon. We're probably gonna finish up with this dungeon here, and I'll finish off for tonight. tonight. Like I said, I do want to work a little bit on my video. I don't know if I'm gonna get it out by tomorrow. I mean, I really hope I will get it out, but. Oh my god, do they keep coming back to life? Is that what's happening? Super annoying. There's a beacon there. Oh, that's the boss door anyways. We gotta go there later. Or wait, how does this go? I don't know how this dungeon goes. Is there a path? Oh. Yeah, there's a path up here. Okay, got it. Oh, there's a treasure in that room. There's probably more treasure in that room too. Usually level 3 and the final boss areas and stuff, they usually have a lot of treasure in them. Usually, not always. Oh, there was a treasure in that other room over there. Guess I'm gonna have to go over there. $141 gold. Side. Don't need that. Money. Always need that. Come on, kill the last guy. Crypt Keeper. Zotanot the Tomb Guardian. Ew. How official his title though sounds. I want to get that lever first for the traps. Poison traps disabled. Alright. Let's kill these crypt keepers first. One by one. No! Amber, no! She died again. Piles of dust. Okay. Zotanot Tomb Guardian. For the eyes. Everyone keeps saying that. Go for the eyes. Oh, he's using that himself. Interesting. Do I have a lockpick? I do have a lockpick. Open this for me. Okay. And motivation +2. Ember, I need you to get up. Okay, there's no treasure in here, right? Okay. So before we open that boss door, I do want to go into that other room. What just happened? Why is there more enemies around? Defeated everyone. Ugh, so annoying. They're like rats. They're like little sewer rats. Okay, if I can avoid the fights, I will. There's definitely something way over here. I want to say, right? Yeah, corner. All right, kill them all. Wonder if there's more in that room over there. Probably is. Oh god, those guys patrolling by, just out of reach. Are we gonna have to face them on the way out? $191 gold. That's very nice. Oh my god, I'm opening all the menus. Oh, L. Wait, what's the button there? Is there a treasure over there? Is there a reason to go there? Oh, there sure is. You guys know me. I feel compelled now to go. Just because there's a treasure. I want it. It's gonna be mine. Oh my god, do they have such high armor? Kill them. Like, some of these fights take so long because my group is just not, you know, they're not, I mean, they're not like, not bad, but it's not an optimized group with like the best skills that you can have, so. Alright, poison traps disabled. I'm gonna open this. Got a breastplate. Let's get this treasure. And I got 153 gold out of that. Alright, let's go one by one. When we focus the enemy, we usually do a better job. I've been thinking about like finding some way to add an assassin into the group. Like get rid of Beck or something, and like put an assassin in that can maybe do some conditions and stuff. Because they do have access to like poison and bleeding and stuff like that. Cracked armor maybe even. I don't know. Alright, time to defeat Zaldark. Try to feed more of his minions that apparently... Are they just coming back to life? Is that what's happening? Do they just regenerate after a while? It's probably what's happening. I mean, it would make sense if he's like this undead lich or whatever. You just keep bringing him back, which is fine, I guess. Oh boy. Go, assassin. Alright, nice. Go for the eyes is really nice because it just all of the pets get like a damage boost for one attack, so that's kind of nice. Alright, I'm gonna try to avoid these guys. Oh, they're coming my way. Never mind, I can't avoid them. Go, go, go. Yeah. Alright, moving on. So far, so good. Boss lock. We're here. Oh boy, that's a lot. Excellent. You're just in time to feed my children. Oh boy. Sorry, buddy, but we're not gonna do that. Yeah, okay, there's 2 treasure chests in here. Oh no, Ember died. Out of all the pets, why is it always Ember that dies? Is she just the best? Is she just the coolest? Okay, I think I need to focus. I think he keeps summoning them back. Olivia just died. That's not good. I think I need to focus on him. I think he just keeps summoning them back. I just remembered something about this boss. I think that's what he does. I feel like I remember that being the case. Yeah, see, I think he summons like... summons new ones back. Come on. No, Acolyte Jin. No. Oh my god, he like takes no damage. Holy crap. Why do I only do 1 damage? Is that because I haven't defeated his minions? Is that what needs to happen? Do I need to defeat the minions? I don't understand. Order of the Lich. Ow! Get rid of his stupid minions. As many as we can. No, he just keeps bringing them back. So how do I do more than 1 damage to someone? Like, those damage numbers are so low. I don't understand. Almost got him. Almost got all the minions. Go for it. Go up. Oh no, they're back. Is it like a specific master of necromancy? Is that what brings them back? Minutes have plus 3. Oh yeah, okay. So I need to keep him interrupted, but I don't know. Never died. I can't use my skills. So this is kind of a pickle. I need to have him interrupted. For me to do the full thing that I need to do. I don't know. Seems kind of I need to have him interrupted and then defeat the minions at the same time, so that's never gonna happen. Unless I was playing like a full Mesmer team, I could probably make that happen. His health is slowly coming down though. I mean, I know that many of us are dying. I'm gonna use some of these. Is that just on me or is that for the group? For the entire party. Oh my god, those stupid minions. They're so annoying. They're killing my whole group. So bad. Can't even keep like reviving them. Oh god. This is crazy. Did I really lose? Oh my god. Fluttering is so good. It's not a speed run. It is not a speed run at all. We're just going through and we're just playing the game. I played through all of the different. I played through Prophecies. I played through Factions. I played through Nightfall. I made a pet group, you know, with like little pets. So this is definitely not at all what a competent group should look like. So he's full health again, is that right? No, he's not. Okay. So I'm just gonna use this. We can maybe get rid of those minions or something first. We can be quick about that. That would be good. Creeps. Yeah, it's just so bad. Look, like Beck died again. It's like, jeez. Guys like do so much. Ember died. That's always fun when the pets die. Go, go, go. Now he's by himself. Get him. Get him. Oh, we did it. Oh, my God. Jesus. It's kind of scary. So going for the minions definitely was the way to go, but it's kind of tough to, like Divinity, Pathfinder, Kingmaker. I haven't played any of those, I don't think. Oh, I'm in the wrong room. It's this room and then the next room. I don't think I have. Alright, we finished this. Nice. So now we just gotta go see the guy for our reward. Lockpick. Nice. I'm gonna open the chest just so the countdown can start. Air staff. What do we got? Energy plus 5. Highly salvageable. Not that great. I'm just gonna sell it. And I got 147 gold. Alright, another dungeon done, you guys. Finished. We're filling it out slowly. So we've done the first side of this. Now we gotta do the other side. But I'm gonna end the stream here, because it's getting kind of late. And like I said, I do want to put some time into this video. I'm hoping that I can get this video done by tomorrow. I don't know, but anyways, I do want to, before I leave, I'm gonna sell everything, do all the inventory stuff, and we can read about what we did today. We actually did 3 dungeons today, so that's pretty good. We got like good time in those, like about 1 hour, 1.5 hours almost per dungeon. That was kind of tough, but I do like these areas. So yeah, it's kind of weird having like this dark spirit that comes from like within Tyria coming up and controlling the dwarves or whatever and causing all this stuff. That's very interesting. More mysteries of what's inside of Tyria, what's beneath the surface, both in the water and on land. So lots of places we can go. Lots of places. Did I get anything else that I didn't identify? I'm gonna identify everything, just to get some more money off of it. I don't think I'm gonna keep any of those. Yeah, I don't need the curses. I don't need the motivation. Do I need the motivation? I don't think I do. Who was my motivation person? You were, right? No, he was. Yeah, that's fine. Already has that. That's some crafting materials. That's about it. Yeah, so if tomorrow we have some Guild Wars 2 news, I'm going to do some Guild Wars 2. If not, I might do something else. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to do Guild Wars 1 again. But anyways, so thank you. You have struck a great blow for the Molitariat hero. Perhaps I'll include you in my next manifesto. Cool, thanks. Alright, so let's read about the things that we've done today. So we did the Sepulchre of Dragomar. Remlock, a lone dwarven outrunner, waited near the entrance to a hidden sepulchre tucked away in the northern mountains. He wished to procure the Anvil of Dragomar, a dwarven artifact from a bygone age. The anvil was guarded by ancient traps and an ice elemental of immense size and power. Having this charismatic dwarf on our side could only help our cause, so we braved the pitfalls and escorted him into the sepulchre. Alright, and then we did the Raven's Point. Now, Raven's Point, home of the Shrine of the Raven, is protected by the family of our good friend, Olaf. Communing at the shrine grants adventurers the powers of the Raven Spirit. King Jalus, thankful for Olaf's hospitality when the dread Deldrimor dwarves first arrived in the far Shiver Peaks, sent a group of dwarves and a clever surge to protect the hallowed place from destroyers. After seeing firsthand the devastation these creatures had wrought, we didn't think twice about coming to their aid. Alright. Blocks and excavations. Saurus Furnace was not the only place where the evil Stone Summit had pressed the dredge into forced labor. Deep within the blocks and excavations, Dredge toiled away under the watchful eyes of their Stone Summit taskmasters. On the surface, this dig appeared as yet another ore mining operation, but clues hinted that the Stone Summit had uncovered unspeakable horrors. They were using slaves to excavate this ancient evil. With the help of some escapees, we confronted this horrific presence and stopped the Stone Summit's wicked plans. Alright. Cool. So, we did a lot today. We got a lot of stuff done. Thank you everyone for being here today. I appreciate it very much. If you guys are interested in seeing more of this stuff, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. If you are on one of the other platforms, I am multi-streaming across 3, so... but yeah, like I said, I will probably be back tomorrow. If we get like a teaser for Guild Wars 2 or something like that, I'm probably going to be streaming that, and we can discuss it, make theories, you know, come up with all that fun stuff. If not, I might do something else. So, how much money do I have? 24, that's pretty nice. Oops. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you everyone that followed. And thank you to Zorinia and Zelestro for the raids. I appreciate that very much as well. I will, like I said,